92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
There are some places you should never go on a date.
Oh, yeah?
One of those places would be Centralia, Washington. Don't go there on a date, ever. Oh, why do I say that? We're talking to Sheena today. She emailed us about a dude she, I guess kind of met, named Ross. She met him online. Sheena, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Now, your email said that you scheduled a date with a dude out in Centralia where he lives, but you never actually met him?
Yeah, I never actually met him. I got stood up.
Oh.
Apparently, she drove 2 hours to meet this guy.
Oh, no.
And then he blew her off.
Yep.
Isn't there somebody on Match that lives, closer to you? Why drive 2 hours to meet somebody? I'm sure you can find somebody in your local area.
Well, we had been talking for a few days, and I was a little resistant because it's so far away. But he talked me into it. He was charming. And then I have a girlfriend that lives out there, too. So I thought, I can just go see her afterwards. Or if I need somewhere to crash, I can crash with her.
Okay.
So I went for it.
Okay, so you went all the way to Centralia to meet this guy. What happened?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I drove, and he was texting me the whole time I was driving down there. He texted me to make sure I was coming, and I was like, yes, and he didn't get the text, so I pulled over and wrote him back, and, he kept writing me, but I was driving, so I couldn't respond, but he seemed super into me, and then I got there. And
So did you guys text all the way up until the point that you got to the restaurant?
he was texting me the whole time, and I was trying to respond, but I was driving, so I wasn't texting him the whole time, which makes me think, maybe he thought I was blowing him off.
All right. At any point, did you say, hey, I'm driving, I can't really text you right now?
No. For the last 45 minutes of it, I didn't text him back, and that's why I feel like, maybe that's where I screwed up, because, I should have pulled over and been like, hey, I'm half an hour away, or,
Right.
given him some kind of feedback.
Okay, but you texted him when you got to the restaurant and everything.
Yeah. Like, hey, I'm here, where are you? And I saw that there was a pickup truck parked, a little bit away from the pizza place, and I thought, maybe it was him. And I was like, hey, are you in because there was a guy in there. And I was like, are you in the pickup truck? Are you coming inside? And then a few minutes later, the pickup truck left. And then I waited another 20 minutes, and I didn't hear from him. So I took off.
Do you think it was him in the truck?
I mean, I can't help but think, maybe he was in the truck, and he saw me, and he wasn't as enthused, and he left or something. I don't know.
So what'd you do? Did you at least have some pizza?
No, I went and met my girlfriend and drank some wine.
And how many times have you tried to get a hold of him since this happened?
I've texted him a few times.
And he doesn't answer you at all?
No, he hasn't answered me at all.
No apology, no explanation, nothing?
No, nothing. Yeah,
That's
and
not
I just
good.
want to know, it's just, we had been talking for a few days, and it just, feels shitty.
So mostly you just want clarity and to understand why he did this. You don't really want a second date.
I mean, if he were to have, some really good explanation, but, I mean,
Saving a puppy's life or something.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, see if we can get him on the phone, and find out why he ditched you. Hopefully it's a really good explanation so we can get you a second date.
Yeah.
all right, thanks, guys.
Okay, but I'm warning you, it's probably not going to be. Okay?
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Sheena is on the phone with us right now. She wants us to call a dude named Ross that she met online. Now, he lives 2 hours away. Wow. She drove to meet him for pizza after they'd been texting for a little while after they initially met, and he stood her up. Never actually met in person.
Jeez.
On her drive down there, he was texting her the whole time. She couldn't really text back because she doesn't text and drive, which, again, Sheena, I commend you. It's a very responsible thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
You're welcome. But she thinks that maybe not texting him back while she was driving led him to believe that he was being blown off.
Yeah.
Anyway, she got to the pizza place. Nobody was there except for a truck that she saw with a dude sitting in it. And Sheena, you texted him and said, hey, are you in the truck? And did the truck drive off right away after you did that?
No, not right away. I think it was a few minutes after.
Okay. My initial instinct is to think if you texted him, hey, are you in the truck? And then it skirted out of the parking lot.
Yeah.
It was probably him.
Not a good sign.
But if it was a couple minutes, maybe it wasn't him.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, we're about to get him on the phone and find out, one, why he just stood you up, and two, if you even want a second date with him, right?
Yes.
I still have hope that there's a reasonable explanation for this.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think so. He seems like a nice guy initially.
All right, we'll call him, see if we can get him on the phone. You ready?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking for Ross.
There's no Ross here.
Is this 659?
Yeah?
Okay, and you're not Ross?
Who's this?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5.
Okay.
Do you know Ross?
Not really.
Can I be honest with you? I'm having a hard time believing that this is not a guy named Ross. Or somebody that told someone else their name is Ross and gave them this number. I'll tell you why, okay? Because one of our listeners recently met you online. This is the number they have. They said your name was Ross. You had a profile set up and everything else. They drove 2 hours to meet you, and then you ditched them at a pizza place.
What is to laugh about?
What's so funny?
I know what's going on. Trust me.
I don't. Can you tell me?
I was just getting her back, okay?
What?
That's all that was going on.
You're getting her back.
Yeah, it was pretty ingenious on my part, actually.
I'm so confused.
All right. You sound really proud of yourself. Explain to me what you're talking about.
Well, Sheena broke up with me about 6 months ago. We dated for off and on for almost a year. I caught her cheating with another guy, so, I thought I'd have a little fun.
No way.
Wait. So what did you do?
I used a picture of some other guy. I messaged her. We messaged back and forth. So I figured I'd send her on a little wild goose chase 2 hours away.
Oh, my God.
Wow. So you catfished your ex-girlfriend, basically.
Pretty much.
All that work to just make her drive 2 hours away and sit at a pizza place by herself.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. It made me happy. Very happy.
Ross, you've never heard of, the high road, taking that?
She missed out on the high road about 6 months ago, so,
You sound really proud of yourself.
Well, I didn't know she was going to emphasize it by calling a radio station. This is great.
I cannot believe you.
So that voice right there is Sheena.
You're on the line. You are such a childish douche. I'm like...
Oh, did I upset you? I'm so sorry. I would have loved to have seen your face, by the way, as you're looking around going, where's Ross? Where's Ross?
You are such a child.
Sheena, is this...
Oh, wow, that really hurts. My
Reminding
goodness.
me why I left. Thank you for reminding me why I'm not with you.
Oh, my God.
Sheena, is this really your ex-boyfriend?
Yep. You wonder why, right? You wonder why.
Well, did you really cheat on him like he's accusing you of?
Yes?
It's not black and white. It is not black and white.
Yes, you
there
did.
it is, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, Sheena, you found out what the issue is.
doesn't
Your
exist.
ex-boyfriend wanted to get revenge on you and make you drive 2 hours to meet some dude that he made up.
Hey, Tina, maybe you should meet Ross later.
He's funny.
You. Shut up.
I guess you get what you reap. You reap what you sow, or however the hell it goes. Pay back your You got it, girl.
Wow. Hey, at this point, I would love to ask you, too, if you would go on a second date.
Oh, come on.
I'll pay for it.
Oh, kill
Ross,
me.
you can go out with Ross.
So proud of himself right
Jeez,
now.
That's crazy. All right, so I'm assuming neither of you want to go out with each other. No? All right. Well, Sheena, there you go. That's what happened, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God.
And what is your real name, Ross?
My name is Derek, and I feel very good right now. Thank you, thank you.
Sheena, how do you feel? Sheena?
Oh, no.
I think Sheena hung up.
You guys just made my whole day. I mean, you really did. Thank you so much.
Well, You're welcome, man. Hey, your hard work paid off, I guess.
Yeah, made your day, ruined Sheena's.
Payback is
Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you for the emphasis on my practical joke. Bam! Thank you.
Good work. Might go down as one of the best ex-revenge stories ever.
That was cool, guys.
Yeah, not for her, but for sure.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Oh, Sheena broke up with me about 6 months ago. We dated for off and on for almost a year. I caught her cheating with another guy, so, I thought I'd have a little fun.
That was, well, I guess we'll call him Ross from the second date update. His name isn't really Ross, but that's the name that he made up to basically catfish his ex-girlfriend. If you missed the second date update that we just played, Sheena wanted us to call this dude that she met online. He convinced her to come meet up with him in Centralia, which is like 2 hours away from where she lives. She's like in Everett. She went down there. He stood her up. Never met her for pizza where they were supposed to meet. Yeah. Never called her back. Nothing. We ended up getting the guy on the phone for a second date update. Turns out it was actually her ex-boyfriend trying to get even with her because she cheated on him. So he wanted her to drive 2 hours out of her way to meet some dude for a date that wouldn't show up. Text in at 78592. This guy is a freaking genius.
I know.
And you would think people would be hating on this dude, but everybody on the text board is like, what a brilliant idea.
You guys, come on.
I feel so shallow, but I like him too. I mean, if you've ever been cheated on, it's the worst feeling ever, and some kind of payback.
Yeah, but there's
Definitely
something to be
necessary.
said for taking the high road, being the more mature one.
It's not fair.
There's also something to be said for having an awesome revenge plan and then carrying it out. And not only carrying it out, but then having us call to do a second date update and getting it aired
Yeah.
on the radio.
He doesn't even plan on that. He's like, dude, this is even better than I thought it was going to be.
Got a text in at 78592. I should do that to my ex-wife because she cheated on me.
You guys.
Everybody now is wanting to do this. It was a pretty elaborate scheme, but it worked out well for him, and he was proud of himself.
Very
He was so proud. He sounds like he's still so bitter about it.
Well, I think usually you are if you get cheated on. Most people I know that I've never been cheated on.
Of course.
Who would, you?
Yeah, I mean, there's nobody that crazy out there. But if somebody did, I'd probably harbor some bad feelings about them for a while.
Yeah.
Another text in at 78592. Wait, I know Ross from Centralia. That guy's a D-bag.
Oh, God.
So the real Ross down in Centralia is getting a bad rep for the second date update.
Too bad.
Just bad all over the place.
Yeah. What did you guys like it? Do you think it's a good idea? Natasha Curry's, remember, filling in for Brooke this weekend, formerly of Headline News.
Woo.
It sounds like you said you like to make people's dreams come true. It
I
sounds like
do.
he actually has some closure and a little satisfaction out of this.
Yeah,
In
but
a
here's
weird
the
way.
thing. You
Yeah.
also let her know that you're thinking about her and you've put so much effort into her. Which, I mean, the best revenge, I think, is always apathy. It's always like, I don't care about you enough to do anything.
Usually I would agree with you. Because if you let somebody get in your head, that means that they've won.
Yeah.
But if you do this and then you're in her head that bad where she emails us to do a second date update,
Good point.
and then we call him live on the radio, and it gets aired how she cheated on you, and then you made her drive 2 hours out of her way to meet up with a fake dude that you thought, like a scheme that you thought up. It's pretty genius.
Yeah.
And remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, Brooke and Jubal at moving925.com. We will call the person who didn't call you back.
Are you looking for the thrill of your life? With Zadart, Seattle's only exotic car rental company, you can book a Lamborghini, Ferrari, and more. Visit Zadart.com, ZADART.com to book your exotic car ride.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You know, dating is a lot like shopping at the grocery store for a grapefruit.
What?
You can either sift through all the grapefruits to try to find that perfect one, or you can take the easy way and just grab one of the ones on the outside that's been kicked around a little bit. It's a little damaged. It's a lot easier just to go for one of those grapefruits. Sure, it might have some bugs and some bruises,
A little squishy.
but it's still a grapefruit. And that's what Huxley did today. Huxley's a man after my own heart and decided to go after the damaged grapefruit.
Still working on this analogy.
Hey, Huxley, what's the grapefruit's name?
The grapefruit's name, she's actually a woman. Her name's Alicia.
Alicia, all right. And tell us a little bit about Alicia.
So Alicia and I go way, way back. We were good friends in college, and I was always like that guy that had a crush on her.
Okay, wait. So you're the damaged grapefruit or she's the damaged grapefruit?
Well, I guess in this scenario, we're both damaged grapefruits.
A couple of damaged grapefruits trying to go out and have a good time.
Yeah, I always had a crush on Alicia. She's always been like the most attractive girl, so she, of course, always had a boyfriend. And every single time that something would happen with her and her boyfriend, I was always the guy that was there for her.
Oh. Well, you're trying to position yourself, right?
Well, no, I did have a crush on her, but I swear, Brooke, there was no like agenda. I'm a really good grapefruit. I'm one of the ones on the inside. So anyway, cut to present day. I see over Facebook that she got a divorce recently, and I saw maybe like a potential opening.
Yep, you saw that she'd been divorced, and you're like, just damaged enough now that I could probably date her.
Yeah, well, I thought, to be honest, I thought about some of the good times we had in college and figured why not reach out. I did see like a little bit of an opening that maybe something could develop. Like, she's single, I'm single. There's really no reason why not.
And you guys had kind of dropped off in terms of your friendship post-college.
Yeah, she got married pretty early on, and then I left and moved like a couple 100 miles away. I mean, keeping in touch today is like so easy, but back then it wasn't like that easy, I guess. So yeah, we kind of fell out of touch with each other. And I decided, like I said, to reach out, and then to my surprise, reached back out to me after I messaged her over Facebook.
Did you proposition this as a date?
No, well, I just kind of like shared my condolences, on her divorce. That's never easy. And we started to like chit chat back and forth. And eventually I did ask her to like, maybe we should meet up for drinks. And she thought that was a good idea.
Okay, but did she consider it a date when you guys went out?
I didn't cross that boundary because I didn't know how fresh the divorce was. And I didn't know if she would be kind of turned off if I asked her on a formal date.
You should have just sent her a message on Facebook that simply said breakup sex with a question.
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't know if that would have worked.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind for next time. All right. So, did you guys actually get together?
We did. Yeah, we met at a bar, and when I saw her walk through the door, it was like a total flashback to college, and like a lot of feelings were immediately felt by me. She did not age at all. I was like smitten, I guess. I don't know. I was
cute.
Taken aback. It was cool. Like, it was a cool moment.
Yeah. So how did drinks go?
It was good. We had a couple of drinks. We caught up, and then she kind of opened up to me about her marriage, and because I knew the guy, and actually, like, her vulnerability allowed me to open up about my divorce that I had, too.
So how did everything end with you guys?
Well, I mean, we were, had another drink, and we decided to call it a night, and on my way out the door, I still was venting a little bit about my breakup, which was nothing like hers. My marriage only lasted like a year, and that ended like 7 years ago, which it's not even on my radar. I don't even know why I said this next thing, but while we were walking out the door, I admitted that the last 6 months of my marriage, we didn't even like have sex at all.
Okay.
Right when I said it, it was like word vomit.
You feel like that was too much information for her?
Yeah. She played it real cool, and she was real nice about everything, but it's like one of those moments where you like speak too much, and now like you can't take those words back. And I felt like maybe that's the reason why she hasn't called or texted me back, because it was a good date other than that.
Okay, but did she know it was a date?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like
it doesn't
a date.
sound like it, yeah.
Well, for me, it was a date. It was nice. And, I did ask her, like I said while we were leaving, that we should hang out again as like a formal date invitation, So
you said, quote, as a formal date invitation.
No, I'm not. I'm a grapefruit, not a robot. I said, like, we should hang out again. This was fun.
Again, that doesn't sound like a date.
Well, like, the way I said it, though, was like, there was, like, a vibe. I was sending some signals out that it was, like, more than just friends.
Okay. So, and what did she say to that?
She said, yeah, and she was, like, enthused, and it was cool, and that was the last I heard of Alicia, Like, I reached out to her again on Facebook to try to put some dates on the calendar so we could go out, and then I haven't heard from her. And on Facebook, you can see when they've seen your message, and I know she's seen the messages, which is...
Have you sent her a message in all caps saying, I know you're seeing these, answer? I'm teaching you a lot of good tools here, Huxley.
I like that advice.
Yeah, you're laying down some good stuff. I am writing it down.
We'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Hey, Huxley, I think this second date update is going to work out for you.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Well, because the girl that you want to call, she just went through a divorce. You went through a divorce. I think once you guys talk it out, you both will realize you don't have many options. And at the end of the second date, she will agree to go out with you again because, hey, why not?
No.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because she's just finally
That's really
giving
nice
up.
of you. I like that, Jubal. Thank you.
Yeah.
Putting me on. That's nice.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Huxley is on the phone. He wants to call a girl named Alicia. They actually have known each other since college. They kind of fell off a little bit after college. But he always had a crush on her. She always had a boyfriend. Then she got married. He recently saw on Facebook that she was divorced, and they started chatting, and he said, hey, we should go out and talk and hang out. They did, but now she's not responding to him. And maybe, have you thought about this, Huxley? Maybe your date was so bad that she went back into the arms of her ex.
Oh, no.
Second date update is doing wonders for my confidence.
Yeah, sounds
No
like it.
problem, man. All right, I'll dial her phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, is this Alicia?
Yeah, this is Alicia.
Hi, Alicia. This is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
What?
My name is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. Have you ever heard of it?
I don't think so.
Wonderful. It means we're doing our job.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to call you today to ask you about a guy that you recently went on a date with.
What?
We do a segment on our radio show called The Second Date Update. That's basically where if you go out on a date with somebody and then don't call them back, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and ask why.
Oh, okay. That's fun, I guess.
It is kind of
way to
fun. I
put
like it. And the guy that emailed us about you, his name is Huxley.
Huxley?
Huxley, yeah. Do you know a lot of Huxleys? I feel like that's not a very common name.
No, I only know one Huxley.
And have you gone out with Huxley lately?
Yes, I did hang out with him recently.
Okay, good. We've got the right person on the phone then. Well, Huxley is wondering why you won't answer any of his Facebook messages or phone calls or anything after you guys hung out.
I mean, I don't know.
You don't know what?
I don't know why I haven't called him back.
What? Come on.
Yes,
You have to know why you haven't called him back. There's got to be a reason.
I don't know if I should talk about it.
Why not? He's the one that's asking.
I mean, this is a radio station.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he contacted us to get a hold of you because you won't tell him, and so he's confused. Is there anything that you can tell us?
I mean, we used to be really good friends in college.
Come on, you gotta give this man something. He has been crushing on you hard for a really long time.
He has?
Yeah. He says he's had a crush on you since college, and you always had a boyfriend, so he could never ask you out. And then he saw that you were recently single, so he decided to take the chance, and you guys actually went out. Yeah. And now he wants to see you again, but apparently you're not calling him back.
I mean, it's really flattering, but I don't think I'm going to go out with him again.
Oh, but you should have heard the way he described you and your beautiful smile and how lovely you are and what a good person you are.
Super cute.
I know. I mean, he is a really nice guy. I mean, Huxley is great.
Okay, so if you like him so much and he's a really great guy, why not give him the respect of at least letting him know why you don't want to go out with him again?
Okay, fine. I just don't want to date a guy who's been divorced.
Wait.
What?
You don't want to date a guy who's been divorced?
No, it's a huge turnoff to me.
Well,
Wait, though.
Huxley told us that you were recently divorced. Is that not true?
That is true. I just don't want to date a guy who's divorced.
Wait, is it because you're just not ready to date yet?
No, I don't want to date a guy with all of that baggage from being divorced. It's a lot to deal with.
But
You
you're
can see how that
divorced.
sounds a little strange, though, right? Like, you're divorced, and you're saying you don't want to date a guy who's divorced?
Yeah, I mean,
it's just different. It's very different.
All right, so even though you've been divorced, you just will not date a dude who's been divorced.
Yeah, that's right.
You understand how hypocritical that sounds, right?
I mean, divorced guys are just always bitter, and they're always talking about how women are going to take their money just like their ex-wife did.
That is a huge stereotype that I don't think holds true.
Those are the guys that I've met.
I know a lot of divorced dudes, and I've never heard one of them say that, actually.
Well, you're not dating them, are you?
No, unfortunately, because a few of them are loaded, and I would love to take their money. Hey, Alicia, it's very interesting reasoning. Thank you for being honest with us and giving us an answer.
Yeah, I just prefer a single guy who is completely unattached. That's just my thing.
Okay. And my thing is surprising people by letting them know that somebody's on the other line when they're listening. And Huxley is actually on the phone and heard this whole conversation and wants to talk to you.
No, he's not.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I don't understand your reasoning at all. It makes no sense.
It's just my thing. I don't want to date a divorced guy.
But you're divorced.
Yeah, but you're a divorced guy, and I'm a divorced woman, and it's very, very different.
What? I don't think it's very, very different at all.
The difference is I divorced my husband, but you lost your wife. So it's a very different dynamic.
Ouch!
What? Oh my God.
Yeah, I won my divorce. You lost yours. So you have more baggage because you didn't win your divorce.
Are you kidding me?
It's not a board game.
So are you saying, Alicia, that because you're the one that divorced your husband, you have less baggage than Huxley?
Yeah, when we were at the bar, he told me that his wife broke up with him. I mean, I left my ex, so there's a big difference there.
Oh my God.
I did not know that.
I didn't either.
Shit, my ex and I split like 7 years ago. It was like an amicable split. She left, but it was completely like amicable. Both sides agreed that it was over.
So it sounds like you're changing your story now because that's not what you told me at the bar.
What are you talking? I mean, I said she left me, which implied like she left the relationship.
I mean, I would have thought differently if you had left her, but it sounds like you are not the one in the driver's seat in this relationship.
You guys listening
Alicia,
to this?
are you just being mean and petty because you're really hurt by your own stuff you're going through?
No, I'm not being mean and petty. I'm telling this guy what I want out of a relationship. How is that being mean and petty?
So you like me better if I divorced my wife?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
This is so weird.
Actually, I would prefer that you weren't divorced at all, but since you were divorced, it is better if you left her instead of the other way around.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
I mean, look at it this way. When some people get a dog, some people like get a new puppy, and some people like to adopt a rescue. I want a new puppy.
Oh my God.
That's awesome. Hey, Alicia, would you like to go out on a second date with Huxley? I probably know the answer, but we will pay for a date if you go out with him again.
You know, I think I made my point pretty clear, but I still would like to be friends with him.
Hey, a little rescue.
Alicia, how can I possibly just be friends with you after all of the stuff you just said about me?
You're damaged. I just don't want that in a relationship, but I am fine working with you through it as a friend. I can't do it in a relationship.
I'm not damaged. You're damaged. You're damaged. Like, this is, like, hear yourself. You are damaged. You are the damaged one.
But I'm not as damaged as you because I left my husband.
All right. I'll let you guys argue this out later about who's the more damaged in this situation. Alicia, thank you for your time. Huxley, I'm sorry you didn't get a second date out of this whole thing.
Yeah, thanks.
But you know what I will do for you, Huxley?
What's that?
I'll ask our listeners. Text in at 78592. We have a beautiful rescue on the phone. His name is Huxley. If you'd like to adopt him, text us 78592.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 saying, she's right. All divorced guys have baggage.
Wow.
It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. If you don't know what I'm talking about today's second date update. Not really the point. Huxley wanted to call this girl named Alicia. He'd had a crush on her in like high school and everything. They reconnected, finally went out. Well, she didn't want to go out with him again because he's divorced.
Yeah.
Shocker, she just got divorced. And she says she doesn't date divorced guys, even though she's had a divorce.
Well, she treats it like she won the divorce somehow, which I've never been divorced, but I always thought everyone was a loser in this situation.
She says because she chose to have the divorce, it's okay. She doesn't have baggage.
It was on her terms.
But his wife left him. That means he has baggage, and she doesn't want to date him because he's been divorced, and he didn't win his divorce like she did.
Wow. He's like, dude, it was 7 years ago, and I was only married for a year. I swear I'm fine.
And everything else was great. Like, that's the only thing? I'm like, no way.
Pretty much everybody texting in at 78592 is saying that he dodged a bullet with that one.
I think so, too. I mean, come on.
But they agreed not to go out because, of course, he's got baggage.
Yeah, but she can
There's
be
no way
his
she
friend.
can date him.
She can be his friend and help him through his baggage.
Baggage.
Remember,
She sounds like a good person to get advice from.
if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Today's second date update is going to be a challenge.
Okay.
I'm going to issue a challenge to everybody in studio.
We're ready.
Because we've done a lot of second date updates where the people have bonded over their dogs.
Mm-hmm.
This one, we got an email from a dude named Shane.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. They bonded over their dogs. We'll talk to him in a second. Okay. But the challenge is to not make any dog jokes because we've done this a bunch and we always make the same jokes. So let's see if we can get through this without making dog jokes.
But that's what we do good is we retell the same jokes over and over and over again until there's no humor left in them at all.
I know, and I think we've run the course on dog jokes, so we have to try not to do it. It's going to be rough.
I couldn't help it.
See, I couldn't even help it. I did it. It's going to be very difficult. I should have used a different word. But Shane is on the phone for a second date update. What's up, Shane? How are you?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Pretty good, man. So your email said that the girl you want to call today, you guys bonded over dogs?
Yeah, well, we met on Tinder.
Okay.
And that was kind of our main thing.
It's kind of like the dog park of dating apps, so makes sense. People just sniffing each other's butts left and right.
Yeah.
I made a dog joke. Damn it.
Yeah, you can't help it. It's all right. Let's move past it.
All right.
Did you both have things about your dog on your Tinder profile?
We both had pictures of our dogs in our profile. So, to me, that's a good sign. I like to date dog owners because my dog, Charlie, is like a major part of my life.
Yeah, of course.
So when a girl has a photo of a dog, you're like, bam, at least we already know we have that in common.
Yeah, you have a similar interest, unless their dog's an a-hole when you meet them.
Which happens, but...
Right, but then you know immediately that you don't want to date them because if they're a bad dog owner, that's even worse than someone who doesn't even own a dog.
Yeah, and a lot of times if someone has a bitchy dog, that means that they're kind of going to be bitchy too.
Yeah. Dogs are a lot like the owners. What's the name of the human that you went out with, though?
Her name's Alana.
Alana, all right. And did she hit you up on Tinder or you hit her up?
I think I hit her up.
Okay. You don't really remember. Did you guys end up going somewhere with your dogs?
Yeah, we did. We went on a date to this bar that lets you bring your dogs there.
Yeah.
It's like a dog patio.
Cool. Okay, really? Yeah. Those places are cool if you have a dog. If you don't have a dog and you wander into one of them, it's the most annoying place ever. So,
exactly.
Did you guys have a good time there?
I thought we had a great time. We got along really well. Our dogs were getting along. My dog humped her dog.
Okay. I guess they were really getting along. You're like, hey, man,
you're like,
too soon.
Wait for that. We gotta invite her over for Netflix first, man. Come on,
I actually did make a joke. I was like, don't worry, I'm not like my dog.
That's pretty funny.
Great. Yeah.
That's pretty funny. And was there any awkward moments at drinks?
I mean, she was on her phone a lot, which is a little annoying, but that's just kind of like the modern world we live in. So I don't think it interrupted our conversation. Other than that, it was pretty chill.
Is that Charlie?
Yeah. Charlie.
Yeah, tell him to shut up. We're doing a second date update right now. It's not his moment to shine. He just wants to see that other dog again. He sees all fired up. He's like, man, why isn't he calling back?
He moved too fast.
Yeah.
Charlie was too fast, man.
How did everything end with her? Did it seem like she liked you?
Yeah, I thought it went really well. Like, the date was like 4 or 5 hours.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Then it ended with kind of a nice, sweet kiss at the end, and I invited her.
Wow.
Yeah, like,
Okay.
I'm a gentleman. I wasn't being creepy. It was just a normal thing. I invited her over. She declined. I took that very, smoothly, and then we went our separate ways, thinking I would see her again.
Did she decline like she was offended, or was it just like a no? I don't.
No, it was just kind of like, I have to go to work in the morning. This has been nice. Let's talk again another day.
Oh, yeah, if I come over to your place, I don't know what I would do. I would be up until the wee hours of the morning because.
She has a southern accent.
Yeah,
thing
in my
now?
mind she does
Okay,
right
all
now. Just in that one moment she does.
I could see where that's a good sign, too, though, that you spent so much time together. Because when you have a dog with you, if you need an out, your dog's the out, right? Like, oh, my dog isn't feeling well. My dog isn't...
Yeah, my dog's sick, or I have to go feed my dog.
Totally. I mean, 4 or 5 hours together is a really positive sign that she was enjoying herself.
That's why I'm confused, because we were texting nonstop before, and then it's just like nothing. I haven't heard from her. So I'm like, what, did you move? Did you lose your phone?
That has to be what it is. She must have moved.
Yeah.
She must have moved to where there's no cell service. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is there anything that you can think of? Any reason that she doesn't want to go out with you again?
Is it because my dog humped her dog?
It could be.
I don't know. Like, was she thinking I was using my dog as like a, like some weird way to pick up chicks? I don't. If I had to dig, that's the only thing I could think of. I'm a gentleman otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You've said that a few times now, which means it must be true. All right. We'll play a song, come back, and then call her and get your second date update, okay?
All right.
All right, man. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I have to say I'm proud of us. Well, I'd say proud of you guys, actually.
Yeah,
we're on the second part of today's second date update. Shane is on the phone. He wants to call a girl named Alana. They bonded over their dogs. And at the beginning of the whole thing, I was like, no dog jokes, because we always do really bad dog jokes. I was like, I think we've run out.
Yeah.
And you guys have been very good. So far, there's only been a few really bad dog jokes, and those came from me, and I apologize.
I've been thinking about some. I've been holding them in, though.
His dog even humped her dog, and we let go of it.
I know. It was amazing.
I mean, we all moved on.
Yeah, and I screwed it up a few times, and I apologize. But I'll try to do better in this part of the second date update.
I almost said bark right there.
Yeah.
See? But Shane is on the phone. He met Alana on Tinder. They went out to the dog park with their dogs and then went to a dog-friendly bar. There was an awkward moment where his dog humped her dog, but he doesn't think it's a big deal. They ended the night with a kiss, but now she's not calling him back, and he has no idea why, and we're about to give her a call. Shane, can you think of any other reason, or you're still like at a loss why she's not wanting to go out with you again?
No, I can't think of anything.
It could be simply that she found another option. I mean, that's the thing with Tinder, is that there's always a better option out there, or at least you think that there is, right?
Right. I mean, I'm a good guy. I'm not the most perfect person in the world, but I've never had trouble getting a second date.
Yeah. And you know what, Shane? Even with your imperfections, we still like you.
Hey, I appreciate that.
All right. I'm going to dial her phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi. May I speak to Alana?
Speaking.
Hey, Alana. How are you? My name is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
No way, really?
Yeah. How are you? You know us?
Yeah, of course I do.
That's cool. What's up? How does it feel to talk to celebrities?
Celebrities that are always shocked that anyone knows our name.
Yeah.
It's cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you listen to the show?
Sometimes.
Perfect. Okay.
All right, number one fan.
Yep, huge listener to the show right here.
Sorry.
Well, Alana, I'm calling you today because somebody emailed us to do a second date update with you.
What is that?
You clearly are a big listener to the show. we do it like.
I'm sorry, I've heard you guys here and there, and I don't know. Can you tell me specifically what it is?
Yeah, I can. It's where if you go out on a date with somebody, right? And then you end up blowing them off after, they email us to get you on the phone and find out why. Does that ring a bell?
I think I've heard you guys do something like that before. Okay.
Yeah, we do a lot of them. And today, somebody named Shane emailed us to get a hold of you.
No.
Yeah.
You went out with Shane to the dog park and then hung out at a dog bar with your dogs.
Oh my God! Really? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
What's wrong?
He liked you.
Oh, does he now?
Okay.
Yeah. Enough to email us and ask us to call you and find out what's wrong.
Oh my gosh!
Why would you think he doesn't like you?
You know what? I'm just gonna lay it down. I really have no interest in seeing that guy again.
Really?
Sorry. Yeah.
Why?
But you hung out with him for 4 or 5 hours, he said.
Yeah, I mean, he was nice for a grand total of 5 hours. Anybody can be nice for 5 hours. He's not a nice guy.
We asked him about your date, and he couldn't think of one thing that went wrong.
I'll tell you what happened. I went home after our date, and I looked him up on social media because, you finally get their name, right, when you go on a date with them.
Right.
So I finally found his Facebook.
Okay.
And I go on his Facebook, and he's updated his status. He updated it that night that we went out to single, which tells me that he wasn't single until after our date.
Did he? So are you saying that he just
tell me, he wasn't straight with me?
Wait, are you sure? What if he just forgot to change it after he broke up with his girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever he was dating?
See, that's what I thought. But then I looked at the comment section of his post, and some girl wrote, "Hey, you a**hole. Thanks for breaking up with me via Facebook status."
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Was it a friend of his joking around, or do you know if that was actually his ex-girlfriend?
It had to be his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
She's really angry.
Yeah.
She's really mad.
And why would you give him the benefit of the doubt that it even was a friend? If I went on one date with one guy and I saw that on his Facebook page, I wouldn't even take the time to figure out if it was a friend. That's too big of a red flag, man.
And that's why I'm not texting him back.
Well, that's surprising. I mean, that's pretty special. You guys went on one date, and then he went and broke up with his girlfriend. Who knows how long were they together? I mean, that shows that you definitely mean a lot to him.
You know what? I'm not walking down that road. I'm not doing that. I'm not that kind of person.
And you don't want to date someone that dumps people via Facebook.
Maybe if he had been straight with me from the get-go, then we might have had a different conversation about it, but I'm not going to do that.
I agree, and I don't like it when people hide things and when they're not upfront with people, and that's why I feel like it's a little late to tell you this, but Shane is on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. Shane, are you still there?
Yep, I'm right here. Hi, Alana.
Wait a minute. What is going on here? Why did you guys call me to do this?
Because Shane wanted to talk to you. And I only listen to Shane. Sorry.
Shane, take a hint, man. Are you kidding me?
No.
I don't want to talk to you.
Okay, just hold. I know that it looks bad, but I'm not the type of person that would ever want to cheat on someone. So for me,
well, your Facebook profile would tell me otherwise, man. Are you kidding me?
Look, when we hung out, you have to admit we had a good time. Everything went well. So
yeah, but you're a liar. You lied to me then, and you just lied to me again, dude.
Okay, you're getting a little worked up over this. Just let me explain myself before I get bashed on the radio.
By all means, explain yourself.
Whenever I'm in a relationship with someone and I meet someone else that I like, it wouldn't feel right for me to pursue that person unless that previous relationship was over. So in my opinion, so I think I actually did the right thing. I did the gentlemanly thing by...
How is making out with me the gentlemanly thing?
And even back it up before then. Not to pile on you, Shane, but you were actively looking for dates on Tinder while you had a girlfriend, buddy.
Okay, thank you.
But clearly what I was in, for me, was over weeks ago.
So why wouldn't you tell the girl that to her face?
Weeks ago.
Because I don't like to be single right now. So it's like
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I see.
When I met Alana, we got along better than I did with my ex-girlfriend. So I don't really see what the problem is here.
Are you being serious?
Move on.
You keep saying your ex-girlfriend, but she was your girlfriend still when you went out with me.
Yeah, technically, when we went on our date, she was. but a few hours later, she wasn't.
Oh my gosh, Shane.
He's got a point. No,
that's no point. That's low, man. You're a dog.
So if I would have broken up with her at 3 and we went on our date at 4, that would have been fine. But if we went on a date around 4 and I broke up with her at 10, then I'm a dog.
No, Shane. You shouldn't
bad
be.
timing.
You don't have a Tinder account when you're in a relationship. That's where the dog part starts.
Thank you.
You do what you do if you're in a relationship that's already over and hanging by a thread.
It's not over, man. Just end it then. Yes. And then you broke up with her on Facebook? That's low.
I needed someone to help me move on. So when I met you, Alana, I thought, oh, this girl could help me.
Okay, that sounds way worse. You could help me get over my current girlfriend.
Yes.
I mean, Shane, seriously, you have issues, dude. How do I know that you wouldn't do that to me later? I don't know, in a week and a half when you're still on Tinder.
The main thing is, Alana, we got along. Our dogs got along. I think that we can give this a second chance.
I do too, Shane.
Yeah,
you know, I'm on your side here. Alana, would you like to go out with Shane again on a second date? This time, he is extremely single.
Yeah.
And we will pay for it.
Are you sure that he's single? I haven't checked his Facebook profile today.
Shane,
Good point.
Shane, are you completely single now?
I'm completely single.
Okay, yeah. I trust Shane's every word. So, Alana, yes, Shane is completely single. We will pay for the date.
You know what? You can pay for me to go on a date with myself for putting me through this.
Oh, no.
I think that's a no.
See, that's not cool to me because I explained to you how it worked, what happened. I was completely honest.
Except about the fact that you had a girlfriend. I don't think so.
Yeah, he was honest when he got called out, Alana. What's the problem?
Expectations dating now are insane, and it's kind of hard for guys to keep up.
Shane, I feel you. I feel you. It is difficult for dudes. Like, expectations are, like, everybody wants you to not have a girlfriend when you're trying to sleep with someone else. And it's such a pain.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. What women want is just unattainable.
Oh, so confusing.
All right. Well, you two can feel each other all the way home. I'm good.
So we might need to do that, Shane. So
look, I got my dog, and my dog is literally the best wingman out there, so I'm good.
Oh, you're good. Okay, you and your dog.
Hey, Shane, I have an idea. Why don't you ask your dog to teach you how to lick yourself? Because at this rate, you are going to be single for a very long time.
Whatever. Good luck finding the perfect man that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that man
Good
is
luck,
single.
Alana, finding a dude that doesn't have a girlfriend that's going to go on a date with you. That's ridiculous. Well, Shane.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Shane, I'm sorry you did not get a second date.
Well, thanks for trying. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. And I thought it was going to work out. Doggone it. Yeah. You knew we had to do one more dog joke. Just one more.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You can find anything at Target. You can get towels, toiletry, groceries. You can find sad, dejected boyfriends following around their girlfriends on a Sunday afternoon.
Just defeated.
Hungover, wishing a Mack truck would drive through the wall and run them over and just end their misery. But enough about my experiences at Target. You can also find a date at Target if you know how to look, and that's exactly what happened to today's second dater, Amanda, who is on the phone. Hey, Amanda, how are you?
Hey guys, I'm good.
What's up? So, how does one find a date at Target?
Actually, I wasn't expecting anything. I was in the cleaning supply section, and this guy just kind of came up to me, and he kind of used what kind of cleaning products do you use kind of line.
That always gets me going.
Yeah.
I know.
Hey.
Man.
Yeah.
Ooh, you throw some Simple Green on me?
Uh-oh.
Hello. So you guys bonded over cleaning supplies.
Pretty Pretty much. I mean, he came up to me and was asking me what kind of cleaning products do I use for my kitchen.
How?
And that was it,
I
huh?
was like, okay, this is a pickup line, but I'll go with it because he was cute.
Oh, so it was obvious that he was just trying to make conversation.
I think so. I mean,
Okay.
who comes to the cleaning section and starts asking people what kind of products they use?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he had a real dilemma. Generic brand name.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I didn't know if maybe the two of you just thought it was so sexy to be talking about cleaning supplies that you had to go out.
How quickly did he move from cleaning supplies to let's go out on a date? Because that's got to be somewhat of an awkward transition.
No, I mean, we were talking for about maybe like 10, 15 minutes. He's like, hey, do you want to grab some coffee? Which then coffee led into drinks. And I was like, yeah, it was actually, he was pretty smooth about it. I wasn't really awkward at all.
You get hit on a lot when you're out? Is this a normal thing for you, or is it?
I mean, sometimes I get catcalls, but, I don't get picked up at like Target or stores while I'm shopping.
So this was a new experience for you. If I were shopping at Target and somebody just came up and started hitting on me, I think it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So what did you guys do on your date?
We went to this cafe, and we were going to have coffee, but then we both got hungry after we were chatting for a while, so we ended up going to a restaurant, having dinner, so it ended up being like a long, nice evening.
Wow.
Which is usually a great sign if things just keep continuing. What was the best part of it for you?
I just think we were laughing a lot. We had a lot in common. We both love outdoor sports, and everything went well till the end of the date, which was just awkward.
Until the end of the date.
Oh, man.
We spent like 4 or 5 hours here, which is a really long date. Had great conversation. We're laughing. And then in the end, I kind of thought he would go in for the kiss, and instead, he stuck his hand out and shook my hand.
Oh,
That's
He hand shook you?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
A guy handshaking a girl is very unusual.
Awkward.
How did that whole thing, explain to me how that happened? Because there are those times where you'll go to hug someone, but then you think they might want to shake, so you kind of do like a half shake and then half hug, and it's all messed up.
Yeah.
But was it like that, or he literally was making an effort to handshake you and not hug you?
I almost stepped in for a hug, and he immediately took his hand out, so I kind of pulled back, and then I stuck my hand out and shook his hand. But this is what's weird. He saw me at Target, so I know he's not gay.
Yeah.
He picked me up. He asked me out. So he knows what I look like. It's not like we were online dating. He had no idea. So I just don't know what went wrong at the end of the day.
Well, after the handshake, did you guys make any plans to go out again, or did you drop hints at least?
He said, yeah, I'll call you. Let's go for a hike. And I was like, okay, sounds great.
So he even suggested the activity of going for a hike after handshake.
Right.
Weird.
Were you giving him weird signals, like maybe you weren't being very obvious that you were interested in him?
Well, no, I didn't pick up on any weird signs, and I didn't give him any bad signs. So I didn't feel that I did anything wrong, or I may have led him in the wrong direction. I just am confused.
Okay, so nothing weird happened on your date. Everything was perfectly normal, like you said. You guys were laughing, hanging out, and then at the end of it, you try to go in for a hug, and he just sticks out his hand and shakes your hand and
shook it. Yeah.
Don't write him off because of that, Amanda. He could have been nervous. He could not kiss on the first date. I mean,
but at least give me a hug.
I know, but you found a guy that cleans. Don't give up on him.
Yeah, the sexiest thing ever.
Well, I have given up on hope. I mean, it's been 2 weeks since he called me, and the last thing I remember is a handshake. So.
Okay, so that was going to be my next question. It's been 2 weeks since you went out with this guy.
Yeah.
And you haven't heard a single word after your handshake.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, get him on the phone, and get your second date update, okay?
Thank you.
Hang on.
Baby, I'm playing on you tonight. Hunt you down each Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
You know, Amanda, I don't want you to feel bad that your date ended in a handshake. Because, I don't know if you know this, but in a lot of cultures, a handshake is even more intimate than sex. Okay, I don't know exactly what cultures that exist in, but
devout religious ones.
I just made it up right now, and it sounded good to me. So don't feel bad that the guy you want us to call today ended your date by shaking your hand and not giving you a hug or a kiss.
Okay.
If you're just tuning into the second date update, Amanda wants us to call this guy named Danny. They met at Target. He hit on her. They went out, had a good time. She can't think of anything that went wrong on the date, but it did end with him giving her a handshake. Did it seem like he didn't want to touch you, or did it seem like a handshake was just normal for him to do?
I feel like he didn't want to touch me.
You feel like he didn't want to touch you? Okay.
But he offered the hiking after that. That's what the mixed messages have to be so confusing for you.
Yeah, it is. I just think maybe he had a personal issue that I don't know about, and I'm trying not to get personal.
Maybe he's like a germaphobe. He
That's
could
true.
be. You met him in the cleaning section at Target. That's a legit, that's actually a good theory. I just surprised myself with that. That might actually work. All right, well, I'm going to dial the phone number right now, see if we can get him on the phone, and hopefully find out what went wrong on your date and why he's not calling you back, okay? All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hey, I was looking for Danny.
Yeah, this is Danny.
Danny, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Good.
I'm calling you today because you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners, and they gave us your phone number and asked us to call you.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Her name is Amanda. She emailed us and told us about how you picked her up at a Target. She thought that was a really cute move, by the way, and told us a little bit about your date, said that she really liked you, but I guess it's been like 2 weeks now, and you're not returning her phone calls.
Uh-huh.
Would you mind maybe giving us some insight into why it's been 2 weeks and you haven't called Amanda back?
I guess I just can't see myself being in a relationship with her, and that's kind of what I'm looking for.
Is it because of something she did on the date, something she said?
I mean, I didn't get to know her really well, but she was kind of gross on our date.
How is she
gross?
How is she gross?
Just her manners. I'm not sure really like how she was raised, and it was kind of shocking to me.
Wow, I'm very curious now, Danny. Because according to her, your date was perfectly normal. She didn't do anything weird. The thing that she did say was strange about your date was how you shook her hand at the end. Is that why you shook her hand? Because you thought she was gross?
Yeah, I needed an exit.
Can you give me one specific thing?
Yeah.
Was she sloppy when she was eating her food? She not put her napkin on her lap? What specifically made you think that she's nasty?
Well, it was going fine, and like halfway through the meal, she grabbed my hand and she leaned over into my ear and whispered, "I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
I have to honk out a dirt snake."
No, she did not say that on the first date. Are you
You're
kidding
lying.
me?
You're lying about that, Danny.
That could not be real.
I swear to God.
And she
What was that
whispered
term again? What was that term again?
Oh, man. She said I have to honk out a dirt snake.
Was she being funny, or was like this a
That's
legit?
what I thought. I thought she was making a joke, and I just said, "Are you serious?" She just said, "No, really, I have to go download a brown load. I'll be back."
Stop it!
She had to have been joking then.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Come on, man. Like
I don't know one girl that would do that seriously.
she had to have been. She had to have been joking with you, Danny.
She was not. She left. She was gone for a few minutes. I mean, at the time, I couldn't eat. I lost my appetite. That's how serious she was being.
What did she say when she got back to the table? Like she had to have had a smile or been laughing.
Yeah, she had a smile, and she patted her belly, and she said, "It looks like someone dropped the kids off at the pool."
With it.
She's so good.
Oh my gosh. Was your face red?
I didn't know what to say, and she just jumped right back into her meal. And after a few minutes, she noticed, and she thought I didn't like it. She asked me if I didn't like the food, and I said, I just pretended I was feeling sick.
I would have been so grossed out. Like, I've been with my girlfriend like a year and a half now, and I don't even know that she does that still.
Oh my God.
And I don't ever plan on knowing that she does that. So, all right, Danny, I can understand why that would be a turnoff for you.
Yeah, that's why I shook her hand. I needed to get out of there.
All right. Danny, thank you very much for being honest. I'm sorry you had to endure that date.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I'm sorry, too, I guess. Is that all that you guys needed today, or?
Yeah, that's just about everything. I'll let her know. Actually, why don't you let her know what the problem was on the date? Because she's actually listening and on the other line right now.
Oh.
Amanda, did you actually say those things, or is he over-exaggerating?
Yeah, I said those things.
You did?
Amanda!
What? Why?
women do go to the bathroom, and I like to joke around a lot, and I said it in a joking manner, and I was going to be honest with him, you know?
Okay, so the lines that you used, those were jokes, but you really did have to do what you said you were doing?
Yes.
There's truth in every joke, Jubal.
But I don't know why you're being such a stickler about it. I mean, don't you go to the bathroom?
Yes, I do, but I don't tell people like that. I mean, you could have just said, I'm going to go to the restroom or powder your nose or whatever.
Yeah, say that.
But it wasn't a joke. I had to
Amanda!
Dude, I give it up to you, girl.
Amanda, you don't care at all, huh?
I mean, honestly, you want me to, would you rather me at the table be like, hey, I got to go
No! I don't think that's what Danny's saying.
No, you could have said, I have to go to the bathroom. To say it that way is if, like, I'm your brother and we're hanging out, you know.
Oh. Well, I'm just descriptive. I'm a joking kind of person, and I'm descriptive, and so I have fun.
I will say, I wish I had a little bit more Amanda in me, because I haven't even talked about poop with my husband, and we've been married.
Everyone, guys, be open-minded. Everybody does it. It's a part of our human biological, systems. Like, we all go to the bathroom.
Yeah, but we stopped talking like that when we turned 14.
Amanda, you're telling me no other guy you've dated before has had a problem with this?
No, my last boyfriend, he used to come out of the bathroom and we'd high-five.
Are you serious?
I bet we're going to get a ton of people on the text board who want to go out with you for this reason alone,
Probably.
Amanda. I mean, you're blunt and you're open.
Yeah, I'm honest, guys.
Yeah, I guess you're honest. I just, it's a first date. I mean, when you go out on a first date, you're supposed to, be a little more careful with what you say.
But shouldn't you know me for me? Why should I be hiding things?
Danny, you were attracted to her at one point. Couldn't you see the humor in it?
I mean, she whispered in my ear, dirt snake.
All right, good point.
Yeah.
Well, Danny, I would love to ask if you'll go on a second date with Amanda. We will pay for it.
I guess I can see where she's coming from, and it's great that she's so comfortable with herself, but I honestly can't stop thinking about dirt snakes.
Okay, so, Amanda.
Listen, that's just me being who I am, and if he's not comfortable with it, then we're just not compatible.
Amanda, I really enjoyed meeting you, kind of, and, good luck.
Oh.
All right, no second date, Amanda. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm not sorry, guys. I'm not.
Yeah.
And you know what? Thank you for letting us all today learn a new phrase in the second date update.
Seriously.
Download a brown load will now be in my vernacular permanently.
Right,
Thank
and
you.
you guys will laugh about it later on.
Yes, we will, Amanda. Man, today's second date update has opened up the floodgates on our text message board at 78592. Texts in like this one. My wife sat on my lap and farted on me on our first date. It was love at first fart. We've been together for 6 years. We crap in front of each other all the time. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5. Why are we getting texts like that? Well, because this girl named Amanda wanted to call this dude named Danny and find out why he wasn't calling her back after their date. She couldn't think of any reason why he wouldn't. Everything went great, except at the end of the night, he gave her a handshake. We called Danny, got him on the phone. Turns out that Amanda is very open with her bodily functions and even uses creative verbiage when telling you that she has to go to the bathroom. Things like on a first date, mind you, leaning over to the table going, hey, I'll be back. I got to go download a brown load. Just joking around with the guy about taking a number 2, and most people are not comfortable with that. I am one of those people.
Gosh.
Been with my girlfriend about a year and a half now. Don't even know that she does it.
She doesn't.
Prefer
Don't worry,
to
Jubal. She doesn't.
Never know that.
I remember
don't even really like knowing when my friends are going to do it. I just go ahead and take care of that business
There's
yourself.
a lot of people on the text board that are cool with it, though, that they say they would go out
No,
with
that's
her.
so many people.
Yeah.
Like, where is she? I'm ready for this girl to be my wife at 78592.
You guys realize she might talk about her time of the month with the same
but she's
freedom.
funny.
Are you excited
She's
for that?
Funny.
It's
she's got
funny.
a sense of humor, and
Is that
some
a sense of
people
humor?
like that. Yeah, absolutely.
It's
I
funny,
can't do
like
it,
the
but
first
good for
couple
her.
times, but imagine being on her 5 years from now. You've been dating for 5 years, okay? After 5 years, nobody's attracted to each other anyway. And then you have to sit there and listen to her continue to make these jokes. You're just like, okay, it's got to stop at some point. Another text in at 78592. This chick is amazing. She's funny, open. hot enough to pick up. This guy is a total tool. Another one that
I see it.
I bet she's as dirty in bed as her dirty mouth.
I
All right,
don't
but
think you want
listen.
that kind of dirty.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a different kind of dirty.
It might be bad. But everybody texting in at 78592, there's not a lot of people that are ripping her for being so open about having to take a Tuesday in the middle of her date.
Second date that I've ever been scarred. Like, I will never, ever forget the term
It's definitely not the first one I've been scarred, but yeah,
That's
that's
so
funny.
I still wish I was more like her. I mean, the first time I farted in front of my husband was one of the most embarrassing moments.
You
of my
told
life.
us you like eat on the toilet and keep the door open and talk to each other.
Yeah, but that's only with peeing, Lydia. Peeing is not gross.
But you still keep the door open and have chats with
You're
each other.
still sitting on the toilet eating food, talking to your husband, no matter what you're
So
doing.
don't worry, you're like her.
Yeah, you're pretty. You're fine.
Yeah.
You're exactly like this girl. Actually, you're probably
Closed.
worse.
Stay more closed, actually. That'd be more open.
You just wait. That is love right there, is what that is.
I don't know. I never want to be in love, then, that's for sure.
Second date update.
We recently got an email for a second date update from a guy named Joe. Cool. Joe knows that his romantic encounter didn't go perfectly.
Okay.
He also knows who's to blame for that.
All right.
He's blaming it on a baby.
What? That is not. I thought we would be self-aware here.
Now,
Can you
Joe,
blame anything on a baby?
I get it, dude. I can't tell you how many emails we get from listeners whose dates have been brought down by a rogue baby.
It's a rogue baby now. Like a baby that just came out of nowhere.
So many rogue babies out there trying to ruin love. So what's going on, Joe? You want to fight this baby or what?
The baby ruined my chances, I think, with this girl I met.
Wait. Hold on. Was it her baby?
Well, hold on. We'll get to the selfish baby in just a second.
Why
But
did I
first, tell us about the girl that you want us to call. What's her name?
Her name is Tara.
Okay, and how'd you meet her?
It's kind of a funny story how we met, actually.
It usually never is. So,
I met her at a bowling alley.
a bowling alley?
Yeah.
Okay, Jeff.
Good one,
yeah,
man.
That
Loved
is
it.
some sarcastic humor right
okay.
there. Sarcastic laughter.
All right.
Sorry, go
Sorry.
ahead, man.
I'm in a bowling league for a long time with my buddies, and we get together every week. Good fun, laughing and joking.
Mm-hmm.
And my buddy Murphy, we call him Murph.
Of course, Murphy's in a bowling league. Yeah.
Yeah, Murphy's a riot. He was telling me a joke while I'm waiting for the ball to come back and the ball return. And all of a sudden, I was distracted for a minute. The ball came back really hard and smashed my fingers right up against the side of the return.
Oh my God, I can feel that.
I can picture
Oh
it too.
my God.
That's the
I
worst.
just grabbed my own hand.
Yeah.
And my pinky got bent a little. It just was starting to swell up.
Wow. I can imagine.
yeah.
Your entire career of bowling flashing before your eyes.
So where does Tara come into the picture?
So I had to tell Murph and the guys that I couldn't bowl anymore and I had to get some ice.
All right.
So there was a long line at the bar, and there was this lady in front of me, and I needed to get ice really bad, so I asked her if she wouldn't mind if I could get in front of her.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's totally reasonable that you would cut to the front.
Yeah, and she was just really cool. We were just talking for a while after I got my ice and getting to know each other.
Yeah, you always got to reel them in with a little injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, women love a guy that's in pain a little bit.
And then they're like, let me take care of you.
That's right. I like what you did there, Joe. Very smooth.
She seemed very, very nurturing.
Yeah. Did you ask her out, or was this your guys' date hangout?
Well, I couldn't go back to bowling, and,
Right.
I was getting a little hungry, so I said, hey, Tara, why don't we grab a burger right here at the diner inside the bowling alley?
Wow, Tara, look at that. We're both in a restaurant together.
I can't hold the burger, so
Yeah.
maybe you could feed it to me. Because my hand is in so much pain.
Lick my pinky?
That would have been a great idea. I mean, I didn't even think of that.
So what did you guys do? Just ate together?
Yeah, we went into the diner. We sat at a booth, ate together, joking around with one another.
It was going well, is what it sounds like. When did it go wrong?
Well, this is where the baby comes in, right?
Yeah, the baby.
Rogue baby.
Yeah, there's this cute little adorable baby in the next booth making faces at me as we're eating. And I don't have kids, but I love kids. So I started making these silly little faces, sticking my tongue out at the baby.
Yeah, that's adorable.
Yeah, I thought it was.
What did Tara think?
She wasn't doing the same thing I was doing. She wasn't making funny faces. Maybe she didn't speak baby talk. I don't know.
No, that's the problem. translation issue with the baby.
Yeah.
She's not bilingual.
I mean, that doesn't sound like it would ruin anything, though. I don't understand why that's so bad.
Yeah, but I did encourage her to interact with the baby, but she said no chance.
Yeah.
It
And that's a little bit strange there, Joe.
She's like,
It's a little awkward, but
hey, your turn.
like most women that I know, when a guy is interacting with a baby, your immediate thought is, oh, he has nurturing instincts,
Or
right?
in my case, I'm like, weirdo.
Well, maybe that's what she thought. Maybe it was more like Jose.
Yeah, too nice.
I mean, who can't, at least smile or acknowledge a cute little baby that's like a foot away from you?
Yeah, but sometimes guys like you and I, like I was trying to say, get too excited, and then it gets into okay.
That's true. I do kind of go overboard sometimes, and I almost ask the people there if they would let me play with the baby, but I didn't ask that. But
Okay, good. That's not even I do
So
that, bro.
creepy. A random dude in a bowling alley gonna play with your baby.
Can I borrow that human real quick?
It
Thanks.
sounds like you did one thing right by not asking that. So how did this all end?
Well, at this point, I went back to my buddies at our lane, and then she went back to her friends at her lane. We were like 3 or 4 lanes apart.
Ooh, that could be good or really awkward.
Yeah.
And I waved to her once, and then she was getting ready to leave with her friends before we were leaving. So I quickly went over to her and said, "Hey, Tara, I enjoyed talking to you, and maybe we could exchange numbers and meet up sometime." Yeah. So we did. We exchanged phone numbers. So I thought at that it was a nice ending to a funny little awkward story of how I met her.
Your pinky got you a number, dude.
All right.
How weird, but
It's
I
the
get
tiniest little wingman ever.
So you've reached out to her since then?
Yes.
Okay.
And nothing.
That's weird. Why would she give you her number?
And it's really her number?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's her voice on the voicemail.
Okay, that's the
good.
big indicator that is her number.
All right. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a song, come back, call Tara for you, and try and get you a second date update. All right, Joe?
Sounds great.
Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, we're on the phone with a man named Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe loves doing 3 things in this world.
What?
Throwing strikes,
Yeah.
eating burgers,
And?
and making babies.
Oh, what?
Giggle.
Yeah.
Okay.
There
He
it
makes
is.
them giggle.
I was like, you
That
didn't
is
say that.
that is a hard man.
Yeah, he recently met a woman named Tara at the bowling alley after he hurt his finger in the ball return. They ended up sitting down in the diner there, eating together, but Joe got distracted by a cute baby in the booth next to them. After that, he was able to get her number, Tara's number, not the baby's, but now Tara is not calling Joe back.
Oh,
That's
man.
It's the most manly thing when you're like, yeah, he likes to do this, and then he got distracted by a baby.
Yeah, Jose understands that,
I
Joe,
get
just
it,
so you
dude.
know.
I get it.
Yeah. I mean, if you could talk to her and find out, if I ruined my chances of going out with her because of that darn baby, I'm going to be upset.
So here's my question that I didn't ever ask, because I know when Jose tries to entertain my children, they run in fear,
Yeah,
right?
I'm
They
too
usually cry.
Yeah.
Was the baby into you?
Yeah, the baby was like making like goo goo gaga sounds. I was playing peekaboo with the baby.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that's
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, if I could have asked the people that the baby was with if I could have played with the baby on my lap, I would have.
All right.
Actually really cute.
Well-
I would love to have a baby on my lap.
You know what, Joe? If we can't get you a date with Tara out of this, maybe we can get you a play date with the baby.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
I think that's illegal somehow.
It's called babysitting. It's fine.
Yeah.
They don't know him.
Well, we'll focus on Tara for now, okay? We're going to dial her number here. You ready?
Yeah, I'm nervous. I hope she picks up.
I hope so, too. We'll find out. Here we go. I'm going to dial her right now.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Tara, please?
Who's this?
Hi, Tara. My name's Jeffrey. I work on the radio. I was wondering if you had a few minutes to talk.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
What's this about?
Well, we do something on our show called a second date update. That's where if you go out with somebody and afterwards they're not calling you back, you can reach out to us and we'll give them a call and try and figure out the reason why.
Yeah.
And the person that reached out to us about you, his name is Joe.
Oh, Joe. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You met him at the bowling alley.
He had that
Yes, and then at the bowling alley.
career-ending pinky injury.
Yeah, he had an epic pinky injury.
Oh, epic.
Epic. I don't think those words have ever been put
An
together.
epic pinky injury.
Injury for the ages.
He told us a lot about your night together, and he had a lot of positive things to say. He said that you were very kind and very nurturing. Mm-hmm. He also mentioned that you guys went into the diner and sat down for a bite to eat.
We did. I love that diner.
Ooh, good. Did you have a good time?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, look, he's a good guy. He's kind of cute. I enjoyed the time I had with him at the diner.
Okay. He also told us about the baby that selfishly butted in.
Yeah. That was the most strange interaction I've ever seen.
Whoa.
The most strange?
The thing was that the baby's whole face was covered in snot, and it was gross. They get those bubbles out their nose, and he was breathing heavy, and and the parents didn't seem to care. Just eating their chili cheese fries, not paying this kid any attention.
Wait,
and then Joe was just hanging out with a baby.
So it was really weird because the kid was covered in snot?
To make it even more bizarre, the family of the baby changed the baby at the table. And he just kept playing with it. As the baby's being changed, he was just playing with the baby. And I kept saying to Joe, stop it, stop looking at the baby. And he's like, don't worry, the baby likes it. He likes being changed.
Okay.
So
it's not so much that he was playing with a baby, it's that he was playing with a dirty baby. That's what bothered you the most.
Dirty baby, gross.
So that's the reason you're not calling him back?
I mean, he seems like a good person. He definitely comes from a good place. He has a good heart. I could tell that about him, but I don't know.
Well, I know Joe would really like to talk with you about this because he's been on the other line listening, and he's heard everything that you said.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Hi, Tara.
Oh.
That's
Hi.
Joe.
Oh, my gosh. I had no idea that you were on the other line listening this whole entire time.
Yeah, I've heard everything, and so you don't like babies, huh?
What?
What? No, it's not that I don't like babies. I don't like dirty babies and people playing with dirty babies. No awareness.
That sounded bad.
I was making funny faces at the dirty baby. It's not like a baby was in my lap.
I think we should stop calling it a dirty baby.
Please, it sounds terrible.
It's kind of funny, though. I'm sorry.
Well, Rogue Baby was better.
Yeah.
I've had 2 dirty babies. It's fine.
Sarah, you said that I have no awareness, but I saw the baby was covered in snot and that the baby needed to be changed. That's not my fault. That's the parents not taking care of the baby. You can't blame me for that.
I know it wasn't your fault, but it was just very unnerving.
I mean, is that the only thing, Sarah? Is this all about the baby?
Well, there was kind of something else.
What?
What?
Well, okay, so you asked for my number, and I was kind of on the fence about giving it to you. I was thinking, well, okay, maybe we could hang out. But then when we were back at our lanes, one of your buddies, I think his name was Murph or something or other, he was talking to one of my friends, and he said some very incriminating information about you.
Oh.
How is this just...
What did he say, Murph?
He's bragging about how you're always banging the chicks from the alley and that, that's what you do. You're always on the prowl, and you're always finding alley chicks.
Alley chicks? Is that what you call them in a bowling alley?
Dude, Joe.
That's not true. I don't call him that. That's not true, Tara.
Joe.
Oh, my gosh.
You sleeping with gutter girls?
Can't they be ball babes or something instead?
You sleep with the Ballbusters team?
Yeah.
No, listen, that's okay. Look, if I'm being completely honest with you right now, I mean, maybe I slept with seven women that I met at the bowling alley.
Why so specific right now, Joe? Why would you do that?
It's definitely 7.
I don't know that we needed to say that.
And when I think of the type of women that normally go to the bowling alleys, it's not like the young, cute girls. It's usually the senior citizens that are on the bowling squads.
Hey, don't be judgy, Jeffrey.
There's nothing wrong. If he wants to be with, Mildred and Edna and Bernadette, that's totally his prerogative.
Oh, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of young action going on at the bowling alley. A lot of hot young action.
Oh.
Hot young action.
Oh, I guess
go bowling more often.
You and Murph know.
Wait. Excuse me, you're saying that there is hot young action? So you're 110% saying that what Murph told my friend is true.
Well, I didn't sleep with all of them. I mean, we did a lot of other stuff.
What? What?
Second and third base stuff. I wasn't really including that.
Joe,
stop!
you don't have to go into details, man.
You are digging your own grave right now. What are you doing?
I mean, actually, there's a spot behind the video games where if you are in a certain angle, no one will see you for hours.
What? Gross! You're doing it there? No, Joe. No, you're supposed to be telling her how great she is and why she's different than all the other gutter girls or whatever you call them.
Look, I mean, I'm just being completely honest with you and just get everything out in the open. I mean, this is me. This is the real deal.
Oh, wow. Well, I am so glad because it was just, Dirty Baby was one thing, but now gutter girls and alley cats, I'm not interested in that kind of behavior.
Hold on, Tara. Before you go jump into conclusions here, we would love to pay for a second date for you and Joe.
I'm not interested. I don't even like bowling that much. It was like my friend's birthday. So I'm going to say no and stop this right where it is.
Well, I'm sorry, Joe.
Yeah, you were honest.
Tara's not interested.
That's fine. I mean, I don't care. I'm sure there will be another one next week. Now, do some stuff with them behind the video games. I don't care.
Oh, my God.
And Gladys is going to love that.
Real classy, Joe.
Oh, my God.
Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email us, brookeandjubal@moving925.com, and we will call the person that didn't call you back. I love going through the emails, especially when I get one like this that says, Jubal, I don't want a second date. I just want to know what happened. I actually hate him.
Oh, wow.
What?
That's the email we got from Alyssa, who wants to get a second date update today. Alyssa, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Alyssa, you've got to explain that subject line. You hate this guy? Did you hate him from the beginning of the date or at the end?
At the end.
Tell us about the date.
Well, I met him online on Facebook, and we went to this dinner dancing place in Tacoma because I wanted to do an activity. I was pretty kind of nervous, and I didn't want to, just talk and have it be awkward or anything.
So did you ask him out, is what you're saying? You're the one that set all this up?
Yeah, I kind of did, but it was mutual. But I told him, I wanted to go dancing.
So you went dancing?
Yeah, Latin style dancing.
Alyssa, are you nervous? You sound kind of nervous.
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Why are you nervous?
Well, I've heard you guys do these shows before, and obviously, it's obviously might be embarrassing.
For you. So you're not sure if you're going to be embarrassed for this whole thing?
Yeah, that might be hard to hear.
Okay.
So, Alyssa, how did the date end? What happened?
Toward the end of the night, he went to the restroom, and it had been, at least 15, maybe even 20 minutes. And I was kind of worried. And I had one of the male waiters, go to check on the restroom. And then the waiter admitted to me that he had helped sneak Kai out.
Really?
What?
He left you on your date at a dance club?
No wonder you said you hate him.
And it was like a couples dance club. This wasn't like booty shaking, right? This is like salsa.
It was not not a nightclub.
So what'd you do after you realized that he bounced on you?
Well, I was embarrassed. I was kind of mortified, and I was sort of confused at this guy that had snuck him out. Why would you do that?
Did Kai send you a text message or contact you at all to explain himself?
No.
Have you tried to get a hold of him?
I did, twice. Just I tried to play the concerned card, I guess, and then didn't hear back from him.
Okay.
And also, I feel like it was pretty rude what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened in the last 10 minutes before he excused himself to go to the bathroom?
I guess I had told him that I had been married and then divorced before, maybe.
And that's all you can think of? There was nothing?
I mean...
Maybe there was an emergency or something that happened?
Well, that's the reason why I ended up texting him just twice,
Yeah,
playing
usually if
that.
there's an emergency, they'll let you know what happened and not just leave
Right.
and never talk to you.
Tip some waiter to sneak you out the
I know.
back.
Do you think he was on the same caliber as you, like dating-wise? Like, I don't know, as hot as you or...
Oh.
I'm just asking only because I've had dudes dump me that I was like, what? No, you can't dump me. I'm the one that's supposed to dump you.
He didn't even dump her. He just left secretly in the middle of the date and had somebody like shove him out the back window.
So bad.
Not necessarily being dumped. Okay. We're going to call him right after this. Give us about 3.5 minutes. We're going to play a song, come right back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Now that I've had a couple minutes to think about it, I'm really, really curious why Kai, the guy who our second dater is calling in about, left in the middle of their date. I can't think of any reason.
And that's a ballsy move. You asked a waiter to sneak you out the back.
Yeah.
At a salsa club.
In case you missed the first part where we talked to Alyssa, who emailed us about the date she went on. She went out with this guy to dancing and dinner.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle of it, he went to the bathroom, never to be heard or seen from again. Right, Alyssa?
Yeah, that's right.
And Alyssa's very nervous about the phone call we're about to make.
Alyssa, can I ask, what about a date would make you leave and never talk to that
I'm
person?
not a coward. Like, I would never do that.
Yeah. I left in the middle of a date before, but it was after I told her I was leaving.
Yeah.
And
like a grown-up?
Yeah.
That's weird. Why did you do it? Why did you have to leave?
She was horribly bitchy. And it was like a double date, and I was like, you know what, you guys? I'm getting out of here. I'll see you later.
I hope you know I'm not going to the bathroom.
It was his girlfriend of 5 years.
And then,
It was his mom.
exactly. Then we continued to date and almost get married, so it was good. All right, let's call him right now.
Hello?
Can I speak to Kai, please?
Yeah, this is Kai.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5. How are you?
What?
My name is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning on the radio station moving 92.5. How's it going?
No, this is a joke. Who is this?
No, it's not, man. This is Jubal.
Really?
Yeah.
Jubal from... Oh, you from the morning... Oh,
Did I wake you up?
no, I just got up.
Okay.
Oh, whoa.
Wow. Wow.
I actually wanted to call to ask you a question about a mutual friend that we have, if you got a second.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Oh my gosh, this is the morning show. Oh, I hear like the end of your show sometimes.
Yeah, I can tell you're not up that early, Kai. I'll just cut to the chase here. You went out on a date a little while ago with a girl named Alyssa. Do you remember that?
Who?
Alyssa? You guys went out for like dinner and dancing, like salsa dancing. And in the middle of that date, you actually had a waiter help sneak you out. Just admit that you did it. We know that you did it.
Let me just explain to you. She's a friend of my friend Ryan's, and he was like, yeah, she's cute, and she looked cute in her pictures, and so then she took me to this Latin club, like salsa dancing or whatever, and actually I know how to salsa dance some, so I knew how to like fake it, right?
Right.
And then
Yeah, she said you were a good dancer.
yeah, well, I'm good. Like I can do a lot of dancing. Like I just have a knack.
Why did you ditch her, Kai?
Just listen. So she's like real quiet and stuff, but she's got this like fierce, like when we were dancing, she was like, it was a good time and there was like a romantic time. She went to kiss me. Okay, I'm cool with that. Like I'm totally cool with making out on the first date.
Okay.
But then she bit my lip, like grabbed my lip like really hard, and it hurt. But I was like, all right, I won't complain about it. Maybe it was just a mistake, right?
Right.
But then later on, she was with me. She's like, let me tell you something, and she just bit my ear. She really put her teeth and sunk them in, like it was on purpose.
So she was a biter.
She's got this weird thing about eating people.
So she was a biter, and that scared you off?
Of course, that's like holy shit. It's like crazy.
Alyssa.
Yes.
Kai, Alyssa's on the phone with us right now.
Hi, Kai.
You didn't tell me she was on the phone.
I did nibble on his ear,
totally. But, like, are you kidding me that you got scared for your life, that you ran out of there?
You literally grabbed my ear with your claws or your teeth, and you sunk them in like Jeffrey Dahmer or something. You were like,
oh my God,
psycho.
what happened to you as a child? What's wrong? Seriously, you are such a coward.
It's fine. You go ahead and hang out with those vampire people because there's clubs for that.
What? Kai, have you done this before? Have you just left in the middle of a date without saying anything?
No, I didn't leave. She was like going to eat me, okay? Like, it was weird.
In Kai's defense,
With you have no accountability. You like where are your balls?
Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you.
Kai, in your
Oh my
defense, I will say it's kind of rude just to leave, but I've been out with a girl who has been like a really aggressive biter, and she made my lip bleed too, and I kind of wanted to leave. It was really weird.
Dear God.
Alyssa, what do you think of Kai now that you've heard this?
I'm just glad that I know now, like, who you really are.
I know who I am. I don't like getting bitten and eaten.
So you should have said something about it. Like,
Yeah.
that's all. Like, whoa. And then you're like, okay, got it.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're calling the radio station to have me, and you're putting me in this spot. Now I feel like I'm like, I don't know, like everyone's listening, and I feel really weird.
Yeah, how do you think she felt when you left her at a date and she's just standing there in a salsa club by herself, Kai?
Okay, well, part of it, I wasn't fully myself. I was a little scared. I was ultra scared, and I
Are you
really
medicated, and then this
whatever.
happens when you drink, and because you're medicated? I mean, I don't understand. Are you okay?
What?
Hey, you guys, before we let you go, the station will pay for you guys to go out on a second date if you guys would like to go out again. Are you interested?
Are you asking me?
Yep.
Hell no.
Alyssa, is there anything else you want to say to Kai before we let him go?
Yeah, I think that you are insane. I think you need to grow a pair of or to let them drop, and need to learn how to be honest with yourself and with others.
Kai, anything you want to say to Alyssa?
Have a nice life, and I'm going to find a girl with no teeth.
I'm sure they have plenty of them at the retirement home.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Second date update.
We've got a guy named John on the phone for a second date update today. And John's looking for answers.
Uh-oh.
Apparently, he had a big romantic evening planned for his special lady, and something came up.
Uh-oh.
So let's talk to him about it. J-Dog, what's up?
J-Dog, that's awesome.
Do you mind if I call you J-Dog?
No, that's really cool. I mean, that makes me sound like even cooler than I think I am.
Hey, can I interject and say I mind? Does anybody else?
We can do something. We can do like J-Money.
All right.
J-Bone.
Oh, J-Money is awesome.
What do your friends call you?
My friends? I have one friend. He just calls me John.
Oh, yeah.
It's not as exciting.
Yeah, there
All
we
right,
go.
well,
Thank you, John.
Okay, John. So who do you want to call today?
Her name is Lisa, but can I just say something?
Okay.
I'm like nervous. I get a little awkward and pathetic sort of when I'm nervous. But
Don't worry about J-Bone.
okay, thank you. I just want to say, listen, I love you guys. Thank you so much. When I emailed you, I had no intention that you guys, or rather, I had no.
Calm down, bro.
I got a little stutter. I got a little
It's okay, John.
It's
Oh my
all right,
gosh,
dude.
you're being so cute.
We're here for you, man.
And listen, you thank us now, and just remember that because the end of this could not go the way you want. Okay.
Okay, well, listen, I still thank you for responding to me. Not many people do, and this is, if I were to say one thing, this is before we get going. This is like the top 5 highlights of my life. Okay, guys.
Whoa.
It's a pretty sad life you've lived.
Oh
up
my
here.
gosh, Jeffrey. Do you know what, John? I think you're awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love the sarcasm. What doesn't stick to me bounces off me and hits you.
Yep, glue, paper, wherever we're at here. Rubber, I don't know how it goes.
So you said her name is, the girl you wants to call is Lisa.
Yes. Oh, yes, Lisa.
Why don't you tell us about her? How did you meet her?
Well, I wasn't having a lot of success dating. I think I could chalk that up to my friend tells me it's probably because I'm not so good looking.
Oh my God, what kind of friend do you have, John? I bet you're great looking, okay?
Well, I mean, that's nice of you to say, but I mean, I could send you a photo. I mean, I don't look like those stars in Hollywood or like any sort of like athlete or something. I'm sort of pudgy and.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, none of us look like that.
Oh, I wish you guys were around in my teen years. I could have used that.
Aww.
John, you are so endearing. I will say that for sure.
Yeah, man.
So
It's all about personality.
Thank you.
anyway.
tell us, how did you meet Lisa again?
Well, I guess I could preface this by saying that I've been using dating apps, but I wasn't getting any success, no responses. I met her finally on Craigslist.
There it
Okay.
Craigslist.
They don't require photos on.
Second date update.
We've got a guy named John on the phone for a second date update today. And John's looking for answers.
Uh-oh.
Apparently, he had a big romantic evening planned for his special lady, and something came up.
Uh-oh.
So let's talk to him about it. J-Dog, what's up?
J-Dog, that's awesome. I
Do
love
you mind
that
if I call you J-Dog?
No, that's really cool. I mean, that makes me sound like even cooler than I think I am.
Hey, can I interject and say I mind? Does anybody else?
We can do something. We can do like J-Money,
All right.
J-Bone.
Oh, J-Money is awesome.
What do your friends call you?
My friends? I have one friend. He just calls me John.
Oh, yeah.
It's not as exciting.
Yeah, there
All
we
right,
go.
well,
Thank you, John.
Okay, John. So who do you want to call today?
Her name is Lisa, but can I just say something?
Okay.
I'm like nervous. I get a little awkward and pathetic sort of when I'm nervous. But
Don't worry about J-Bone.
okay, thank you. I just want to say, listen, I love you guys. Thank you so much. When I emailed you, I had no intention that you guys, or rather, I had no.
Calm down, bro.
I got a little stutter. I got a little like.
It's okay,
it's
John.
okay.
Oh
It's
my
all right,
gosh,
dude.
you're being so cute.
We're here for you,
welcome.
man.
Yeah.
And listen, you thank us now, and just remember that because the end of this could not go the way you want. Okay.
Okay, well, listen, I still thank you for responding to me. Not many people do, and this is, if I were to say one thing, this is before we get going. This is like the top 5 highlights of my life. Okay, guys.
Whoa.
Wow.
It's a pretty sad life you've lived.
Oh
up
my
here.
gosh,
Come on,
Jeffrey. Do you know what, John?
honored,
I think
bro.
you're awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love the sarcasm. I what doesn't stick to me bounces off me and hits you.
Yep, glue, paper, wherever we're at here.
not how we
Rubber,
say it.
I don't know how it goes.
So you said her name is, the girl you wants to call is Lisa.
Yes. Oh, yes, Lisa.
Why don't you tell us about her? How did you meet her?
Well, I wasn't having a lot of success dating. I think I could chalk that up to my friend tells me it's probably because I'm not so good looking.
Oh my God, what kind of friend do you have, John? I bet you're great looking, okay?
Well, I mean, that's nice of you to say, but I mean, I could send you a photo. I mean, I don't look like those stars in Hollywood or like any sort of like athlete or something. I'm sort of pudgy
You're normal,
and.
dude. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, none of us look like that.
Oh, I wish you guys were around in my teen years. I could have used that.
Aww. John, you are so endearing. I will say that for sure.
Yeah, man.
So
It's all about personality.
Thank you.
anyway.
tell us, how did you meet Lisa again?
Well, I guess I could preface this by saying that I've been using dating apps, but I wasn't getting any success, no responses. I met her finally on Craigslist.
There it
Okay.
Craigslist.
They don't require photos on Craigslist.
Oh, there's like a dating section in Craigslist. You can like
there's
post for yourself. Okay.
anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
All
that's
right.
pretty
So
funny.
she didn't see what you looked like, so you matched with her.
Exactly. She didn't see what I looked like, so we matched. There's a little bit more accepting.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Personality
good.
That's great, man.
So what did you guys do for your first date?
Well, here's the thing. We messaged back and forth. She was warm and kind, and I'm telling you, she's the kind of girl that like would donate a kidney if I needed it.
Or maybe since she's on Craigslist, she'd steal your kidney.
Yeah.
But
You woke up in a
maybe
nice
she would
mess.
donate one too. That sounds nice.
You guys are so funny.
Thanks,
I can't
John.
believe I'm doing this.
John, you're
All right.
awesome.
So what did you do with Lisa?
We exchanged numbers, invited her to hang out at my house. I got some hard ciders. We had apps, like a veggie tray.
Yeah.
Some of those little pizzas.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I set out a candle or two and
Aw.
then a Connect 4 because that's my favorite game.
Oh, God. I'm going to tell you, you guys are laughing, but I think that is a first date done right. Are you kidding me? Pizza rolls, hard cider, and Connect 4?
It does sound fun.
That would win over
I
anyone.
want to fight it, but I agree.
Wow, Brooke's getting steamy over here
I
just
mean-
thinking about connecting that fourth piece.
I mean, don't bust out the game Risk, though. Then we're really getting hot and heavy.
Oh, I love Risk.
Yeah. So did she love it, John? Did she love it as much as I do?
Well, listen, she didn't show up. I texted her. I didn't hear back from her. I started to freak out. And then about an hour later, that's pretty late after, the time set.
Yeah.
She texted me and she said I had a work meeting that was running late and she needs to reschedule. And so I haven't, been able to really connect with her since, and
Oh,
she keeps saying that she's busy, and I think she's avoiding me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That sucks so bad. Like, I'm kind of mad at her. for
especially
you.
when you plan something like really
Totally.
big for someone, even if it's like Connect 4, like
Right.
you go through the effort and then they don't show up, that's just rude.
Yeah.
Did you tell her that you had planned these things and then she didn't show up, or was it all supposed to be a surprise?
It was a surprise. I haven't told her what I planned because if it does happen, I want to do it all again.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's smart.
Is it okay if we tell her or no?
If you think that's the best, then I trust you way more than I trust myself in this situation.
Oh, man.
I don't know
In
if
a
that's the
weird
right
way,
thing to do,
I agree.
but okay. Well, here we go. We're going to play a song. We'll come back, and then we'll call Lisa and try and get you a second date update. All right, J-Dog?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right, hold on. If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, we're talking to John, or as his friend likes to call him, John.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that nickname. It's that doesn't.
That was John's
Okay.
name. That was what
Yeah.
he said.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, John's a nice guy, says he hasn't had a lot of success in the dating department, but he finally connected with a woman he met on Craigslist named Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a steamy date night planned for the two of them, filled with hard cider, bagel bites, a little game of Connect 4.
Drove Brooke wild.
Dude, it's awesome. There's a lot of people that agree with me on that one, John. Don't worry.
People are texting
There's a veggie tray. You forgot the veggie
Yep.
tray.
And the veggie tray.
Oh, yeah. With that ranch dip. But she never showed up. And an hour into it, she finally texted him that she got caught up with work. So since then, seems like Lisa's been avoiding him.
Mm-hmm.
And now, John, I just want to be honest with you. I can't promise that we're going to get you a second date out of this.
Oh, Jeff, why would you
But
tell him that?
I can promise
Mm-hmm.
that if we don't, I'll hook you up with Jose's sister.
My sister is,
She's recently single, I heard.
She is actually, but she has a kid and she's mine. Wait.
Okay.
She's my sister. Leave her alone. Sorry. It sounded like I was saying she's mine. She's not mine.
You're going to have to fight Jose over his sister.
Jose, I didn't know you guys were that close.
No, she's mine.
You're making me nervous.
Oh, John, don't be nervous, okay? Take deep breaths and remember that no matter what happens, one person's opinion doesn't matter about who you are, right? You love yourself. You are awesome, okay?
Whatever you say.
Okay.
That's the spirit. All right, we're going to dial the phone number right now and try and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I talk to Lisa, please?
This is she.
Hi, Lisa. How are you? This is young Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry, the radio? What do you mean?
We have a show.
Yeah. And you're on it right now.
Why?
Because we do something on this show called a second date update. That's where if you go out with someone and afterwards they're not calling you back, you can email us to get in touch with them and try and figure out the reason why.
She laughs.
What do you want me to say? I don't get this.
Well,
You don't need to say anything yet. You
Yeah.
just need to, we're just trying to tell you what's going on.
that's what the segment is. And the person that wanted us to contact you, his name is John.
John,
You actually never went out with him. You were supposed to.
do you know when this was, supposedly?
Well, in his email, he said this happened about a week ago.
I can look in my, give me 1 second, I'll look in my, my text.
He said he met you on Craigslist.
Okay. Yeah, I have a John here.
What?
And I did reply and say that I had appointments and clients and that we would reschedule.
No, this isn't like a business thing. This is like a date.
Yeah.
Okay. John, about a week ago,
Mm-hmm.
right?
He invited you over to his house to hang out.
And then you were like an hour late. You were supposed to be there and you were late.
Yeah, I said that we were going to reschedule. So I did text him
But he asked again, and you keep saying you're busy, he says.
because I'm busy. And when I'm not busy, we'll get him scheduled.
Okay.
This sounds so business-like and formal. Yeah, totally. Did you like him at all, Lisa? I mean, he said you guys texted back and forth for a while and maybe had a pretty good rapport.
Well, I mean, I've never really actually met him, so it's kind of hard to say.
Well, that makes sense.
Well, I mean, he's really wanting to get in touch with you, and he doesn't understand why he's not able to get a hold of you.
This is
I don't know what to say, guys. I texted him. I said, I'm busy and I'm booked up, and we can.
Well, I think it'd really help if you told him that directly in person, because he's been on the phone listening this whole time, and he wants to talk to you.
Okay.
John, you there?
Yes.
Breathe, John.
Hi. Hi, Lisa.
I'm a hi?
Hi, John.
Listen, I just want to say that your voice is like everything that I thought it would be, like a little smoky, almost like Audrey Hepburn, and I'm like really sort of panicky right now because it's beautiful.
Oh,
that was actually cute in a weird way.
I know you're really busy and everything, and I'm completely, I'm always free because I don't really have much going on. But I think that I'm excited. I have Connect 4 and candles and a veggie tray.
Okay, John, relax. Let her respond to you.
Yes.
Oh, hey, John. I think I need to clarify something with you. And so here's the thing.
I've got hard ciders too. If you like hard ciders.
Okay.
He has a really cute date night planned for you, Lisa.
Yeah, he's obviously very excited about this. So.
Okay. And that's really nice, but I do need to talk to John about this. I need to clarify something.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so John, listen. So we met on Craigslist. And this wasn't like a date scenario. You actually clicked on my link. I'm actually an escort. And that was an ad that you clicked on.
What?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
This is not right.
This is so embarrassing.
Dude.
You're a Craigslist escort.
Yes. So this wasn't like seeking love or relationships. I mean, my ad, it was pretty obvious. Like I'm dressed a certain way on a bed, and it was spelled out for you. So so I'm really sorry because that sounds very sweet of you. But
Can I just jump in for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, John, no!
For real?
Okay, so John, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I have a business.
Oh my God.
Okay, where
awesome.
Instead of
He's already proud of her.
instead of I sell my time to entertain men as opposed to seeking a romantic relationship. This is more intimately.
Wow.
You get it, John?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God, so many things are clicking in his head right now.
Are those good wows or are those bad wows?
Wow.
Don't be embarrassed, John. I'm sure this has happened to other people, right, Lisa?
First time, not gonna lie.
92.5. Second date update.
Look, I'll admit, we're not the most wholesome show in morning radio. Okay? Between Jose's drunk movie reviews, Brooke's rampant infidelity, and my extremely low-cut V-necks.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I see nipple a lot.
Well, it's pretty much suspenders, bro.
I mean, we're deviants.
Yes.
What can I say? But maybe the one redeeming thing about us is we all love Disney.
That's true.
Of course.
Seriously.
For real.
Like
Who doesn't?
the songs, the bright colors, the devilishly handsome princes.
That's not why I
Me
like
and you,
them.
Jeffrey. Let's
What's
do this.
not to love? And I know we're not alone. In fact, one of our listeners is a huge Disney fan too. His name's Kenny, and apparently Disney is what helped Kenny find a romantic connection.
Oh, wow.
Look at
That's
that.
awesome.
But he needs a little bit of help. That's why he emailed into us. He's on the phone right now. Hey, Kenny.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Yeah, well, you do sound like a Disney fan. You're so happy, Kenny.
I do. I love Disney, but I gotta be honest, I like you guys too. I mean, you're not so bad.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the second happiest place on earth.
Are you trying to find your happily ever after, Kenny?
Yeah, if you could help me out, that would be so awesome.
I know a place that does that for very, very cheap, if you want to know.
We'll see how this goes today.
Okay, let's just focus on the woman that you want to call today. What's her name?
All right. Her name is Steph.
Steph?
Steph.
Yeah, stuff. And you did mention that I'm into Disney, as I told you in my email. I met her on a Disney fan site, of all places.
Oh, you're that into Disney. I feel like you can't call yourself a fan of anything anymore unless it's like you live that life.
Unless you're on the site.
Yeah.
No, it's not like it's a Disney dating, it's a fan site, and everybody's kind of nice. But occasionally there's like trolls that get on our site and they start posting like rude comments,
Well, you know what? Every Disney movie has a villain.
And those 8-year-olds can be really vicious sometimes, so I understand. What happened?
So this guy makes a post and he says that people without kids should be banned from going to the parks.
Oh, that's ridiculous. It's for all ages.
Exactly. And that's what I said. I clapped back and I just said, look, Disney is for everyone. I don't have kids. And I go to the parks all the time. I even posted, I said, look, going to the parks without children is amazing.
Oh, I bet. I never thought of that.
You tell him.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to do that stupid teacup ride ever.
No. You move through the park so much faster. You don't have to spend a bunch of money on souvenirs and extra food and stuff. You don't have to carry a lot.
Well, and getting on rides must be awesome because normally when I'm with my family, it's like, oh, you need how many? 5? Okay, wait for the next one.
I know.
You can just hop on. Yeah.
I know, exactly. And sometimes you even get to cut up front. But, I see these parents, and I got no problem with people with their children, but they're pushing a stroller and they're carrying all their stuff for their child,
Okay.
And,
I feel like we're kind of derailing. Like, we understand how adamant you are. Where do you meet this woman? Where does she come in?
Sure. So I commented, I'm defending going to Disney, and she actually saw that and messaged me, and she was like, hey, way to put this guy in his place. She actually called me a Disney prince.
Oh, wow.
She's got the moves.
She's on brand.
I know, and so I thought that was kind of cute. And so, we had a little side conversation. And eventually, we exchanged our Instagrams, and we started messaging back and forth.
Okay.
And after messaging so often, I decided to ask her out.
Did you take her to Disneyland?
Not yet. I don't have that kind of budget.
Oh, okay.
So I thought it'd be kind of cute. There's a mall nearby that I know has a Disney store. So I thought it'd be cute if we met up at the mall and went to the Disney store, browse around.
Did she like that idea?
She did, and she picked up this stuffed Lilo doll, from that movie Lilo and Stitch. And she said, "Oh, I love that movie. And, I always wanted one of these." So I thought it'd be kind of cool. I bought it for her there. Nice. She was really happy about that.
And it's always cute because, if the relationship works out, you have a memento from your first date.
That's right.
And if it doesn't work out, you have something to destroy to help you get over it.
That's good, Jeffrey.
It was just a sweet, sweet moment. Yeah. At the end of the night, I took her to her car and said goodnight. I went in to kiss her goodnight. I thought we had a good time. And she kind of backed away from the kiss, but she gave me a big, solid hug. And then he said, would you like to hang out again? And she said, yeah. This was about a week and a half ago or so. And I haven't heard from her,
All right, Prince Charming. You just hold on a second. We're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Princess Steph for you.
Oh, I like her.
And we'll see if we can get that glass slipper to fit, okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
I meant that in a totally platonic way, okay?
Felt like
I promise.
or something.
No, just a date. We'll find out. Hold on. If you're just tuning in for the second date update, we're talking to Kenny, who's a big Disney fan.
Yes. Yeah. Very big.
And he took out Steph, who's a fellow Disney lover, on a romantic Disney date. They went to the Disney store at the mall where he bought her a Lilo doll. He even got a hug towards the end of the night. But, it's funny, Kenny, I rarely do this. I was looking back at your email, though, and there's something you wrote there that you didn't bring up in the first part.
Uh-oh.
And you mentioned in the email that you sang this song that's playing right now to each other at some point during the date. Is that true?
So cute.
Really? Yeah. It was a little embarrassing, but sometimes just break out in song. We love these songs so much, and we were at dinner, and when they brought the dessert, I just started singing "Spoonful of Sugar" from Mary Poppins.
Will you sing it for us?
Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she started singing with me, and we just had a blast. I mean, people were staring. Obviously, people were staring at us. But
really makes you
Jose
happy.
is so into this.
Yeah.
He's so happy right now.
I just feel great after hearing that.
Yeah, I mean,
it's incredible. It's fantastic.
I'm with you. I think Disney is great, and I can get down on some Aladdin just like anybody. But I think maybe
Agreed.
Down on
I
Aladdin?
agree. Yeah.
What do you
Okay.
or The Little Mermaid, whatever. I like Disney. It's just, do you ever feel like maybe this was a little bit overboard and it was so Disney that it just came off as childish?
You know, I don't think so. I mean, the way she and I were talking, she was right there with me. She said she's just as much a Disney fan as I am. I mean, when you connect with somebody on that level who likes Disney as much as you do, it's just awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
good for you.
Well, let's try and connect with Steph on a phone level. So I'm going to dial her right now, and we'll try and get you your second date update, okay?
Try not to break into song, okay, when we're talking to her.
Do it.
Do it.
No, you guys, stop.
Can I sing Lady in the Tramp?
No.
Just wait till we talk to her first, and then maybe you can jump in, okay?
Okay.
All right, I'm down the number now. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, is this Steph?
Yeah. Who's calling?
Hi, my name's Prince Jeffrey,
Stupid.
and I work for a very magical radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
I've never heard of you, Prince Jeffrey.
Oh, yeah,
You're not sweeping her off her feet.
Oh,
Jeffrey.
no. Well, somebody wished upon a star that I get in touch with you
I like it.
because you went on a date with them recently and you haven't been getting back. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm sorry. This is just so strange. Like, is this like a prank?
Okay, no,
No.
it's not a prank.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's a lot of dumb jokes based on Disney, but it's not a prank.
No, they're not dumb, Brooke. These are clever.
They're awesome.
Okay.
They're dumbo.
I'll simplify it down.
Terrible.
We're doing something called a second date update. That's where if you go out with someone and afterwards, if they're not calling you back, you can email our show and we'll contact that person for you to try and figure out the reason why.
Oh, it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's weird, we know.
It's much less whimsical when I describe it that way, but a guy reached out to us about you, and his name is Kenny.
Kenny?
Yeah, that's why I was making those Disney references earlier.
But that definitely makes sense. That's weird that he contacted you guys.
Well, the reason why he reached out to us is because he had such a great time going out with you, but he doesn't know why you've been ghosting him.
I'd rather not get into it. I mean, it's going to hurt his feelings, and I'm trying. That's really not the Disney way to be hurting other people's feelings.
Oh,
that's
sweetie,
very
not the
sweet.
Disney way. I mean, I thought, my guess was maybe he was too into Disney for you. Like he took it too far.
Oh, you think he's too Disney?
Oh, that's not the case for you?
You guys are kind of funny.
What?
Kind of.
Hold on. What do you mean by that?
Look, you know what? If he's ready to hear it, you can tell him this.
Okay.
He is a Disney.
A what?
A Disney.
Fizney with an F?
Yeah, Disney with an S.
What does that mean?
He's just a fake Disney fan. Like,
what?
Oh.
He's a fake.
Fake Disney.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Why would you say that? He seems like a very serious Disney fan when we spoke to him.
Yeah, maybe on the surface, he puts up a good front. After meeting him the first time, you can kind of get that sense. You don't know him. You had one conversation with him, I'm assuming.
He's on a Disney fan website. He took you to the Disney store for a date. He sang a song from Mary Poppins. My God.
Which
at a
is
restaurant.
old school Disney.
That doesn't make a Disney fan.
What makes a Disney fan then? I am very confused.
I'm looking for someone who 100% knows the ins and outs of everything Disney and doesn't try to skate away on a few songs and taking me to the Disney store. That's not what a hardcore, honest to God Disney fan is.
Oh, wow.
But what happened to make you think that he wasn't a diehard?
So I told him the last time that I went to Disney, I got pixie dusted, and he had no clue what being pixie dusted was.
I don't either.
Yeah, what does that mean? Pixie what?
Pixie dusted. You know how Tinkerbell has pixie dust?
Yeah.
So pixie dusted means you get something for free, or you get an upgrade. So the last time I was at Disney parks, I was at one of the kiosks getting a Mickey Pop, and the cast member said,
this Mickey Pop is on us. And then when I brought it up, he knew nothing, like zero. Like his face just washed over, like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like,
like our faces.
I don't mean to laugh, but that seems so absurd.
It seems pretty intense.
Yeah, that he didn't know what pixie dusted means.
That's just one thing. Like, you don't even understand, okay? He also was trying to convince me that the Avengers are Disney characters. Like, the Avengers are not honest to God.
Aren't they owned by Disney now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Acquired. They were acquired by Disney.
Okay.
You can't put the Avengers on the same pedestal as Mickey and Minnie and Donald.
I just think you're missing out on maybe a good relationship because something that, I don't know, seems so trivial to me.
Honestly, like, I think the only reason he really wanted to go out with me is because he sees, like, I can dress up as Snow White, and he thinks I look really hot dressed up as Snow White.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of accusations being thrown around right now, and I think it's only fair to ask Kenny about them directly because I need to tell you he's been on the other line listening the whole time and wants to speak with you.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It's a small world after all.
Kenny?
There it is.
I cannot believe that it was because I didn't know about pixie dusting. That's why you've blown me off.
Kenny, it's not just pixie dusted. It's the Avengers. It's the fact that you didn't realize that there were different castles at different Disney parks. Like,
Wait, hold on. What does that mean?
I thought they were all the same castle.
Me too.
which they are not, first of all. Any hardcore Disney fan knows Sleeping Beauty's castle is at Disneyland and Cinderella's castle is at Walt Disney World in Florida. Like, anybody knows that. Like,
Steph, I'm sorry, I got to interrupt. You've got to calm down.
Yeah.
This is why people can't say that they like anything, because if you don't know every single specific thing about a subject.
No, he is a Disney. He's fake Disney. It's Disney. There is no, you don't deem yourself a Disney fanatic and then come at me with not knowing the castle and talking about all the Marvel characters. Like, that's not how it works.
But Steph, isn't this behavior and the way that you're talking, isn't that not very Disney-like?
I think it's very snooty.
No.
I think
That's like a cuss word in the Disney world.
I mean, you're acting like one of the evil stepsisters at this point.
Look, you all need to settle down and shut up because you pushed me. You wanted to know why I didn't want to call Kitty back, and I told you. He didn't even really know the words to a spoonful of sugar. He knew that. A spoonful of sugar.
Okay.
I don't even think it's fair for me at this point to ask them to go out on a second date.
You have to do it.
Maybe it's easier for me to just ask Steph to give back the Lilo doll.
Honestly, if he wants Lilo back, he can take it. Like,
Okay.
it wasn't even a special edition Lilo doll, so he can.
Oh.
You can get that anywhere.
Ew.
Kenny.
Okay, well, Kenny, man, I'm so sorry that this has happened to you.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, like I said, we all start at different levels of fandom. You know, she might be more hardcore than me, but I'll get there.
Yeah.
You know, now I know what pixie dusting is.
All right, well,
But Disney, try
just to
again.
make sure that you're not a Fizney, I'm going to play this song and you need to sing it word for word flawlessly. Here we go.
But sugar helps medicine go down.
Boom! Fizney! Get off
you
the
put me on
show.
the spot. You put me on the spot.
I'm kidding, Kenny. I love you.
Moving 92.5.
Now ADT can help protect your family at home and on the go. Get started with ADT's best offer, an ADT starter kit and security camera installed free. A savings of $449. Plus, you'll get ADT Go, the new family mobile safety app and service for 24/7 emergency response. Go to ADT.com/podcast today to take advantage of ADT's best offer with 36-month monitoring contract, easy pay and QSP. Early termination and activation fees apply. Additional charge for ADT Go premium services after 3/31/18. Certain markets excluded. Licenses available at ADT.com. Offer ends April 1st.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If I were to describe the guy who's on the phone for a second date update today, if I were to describe his first date with a newspaper headline, it would probably read, "Spontaneous first date spontaneously combusts," leaving one survivor. And that would be Sean, who's on the phone for a second date update right now. What's up, Sean?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good. Would that be a pretty accurate headline?
I'd have to say yeah.
Oh, no. That's not a good fate for the girl you went out with.
Your email was a little confusing, so why don't you tell me exactly what happened?
Okay, so it was a weird night. I was supposed to hang out with some friends, and they couldn't show up. They texted me, hey, we're not going to make it. So I'm just like wandering around downtown, bored, alone. So I jumped on Tinder and said, hey, let's see if I can find someone that's close by. Maybe I could find something else to get into,
I like that. You are taking lemons and making lemonade, sir.
Hey, that's what you got to do, man.
Right?
All right. So tell us about the lemonade.
Okay, so the lemonade's name is Nina.
All right. Nina lemonade. I like it.
And Nina's
All right.
Sweet, tart, too sugary. What'd you think of the Nina lemonade?
I got to say, the Nina lemonade was awesome. So we ended up meeting at a bar. She
Okay.
was hanging out already with her friends, and she was like, hey, why don't you just come by, meet up with us? We're already out, we're close by. So it's a pretty safe situation. And so when I met her, she was cute. I mean, she was like hot in a weird, quirky way. Like she's not like that girl that you walk in and it's like everything stops. But she was like sexy librarian hot.
Okay. So she's business as usual hot. Like she's not hot where everything stops. She's hot where everything just goes on about its normal pace, and she's just in there looking okay.
Like that.
I did not follow that at all, what you guys just said.
She's
about
subtle hot.
Or
she's
parking
not-
lot hot. I like to call that parking lot hot. Like you walk by her and you're like, you walk by her in the parking lot, you're like, all right, she was okay, and then you just continue on to your car. She was parking lot hot.
Why are you in a parking lot? I'm so confused. She was beautiful, is what I hear.
She was a step up from parking lot hot. She was that middle school teacher that if you see her at the bar, you'd still go for it.
Okay, listen, no girl wants
All right,
to be
got it.
compared to a middle school teacher or something that you look at in a parking lot.
No, but she's compared to a hot middle school teacher. Completely different. We're on the same page here, Sean.
Oh my God. I'm so lost.
How did the whole evening go, though, with her?
All right, so first impressions, I went baller on her, and I bought drinks for her and all her girlfriends.
Nice.
Okay.
It was all good. We were having great conversation. I was flowing with her and her girls. I was on point with my jokes. And then, I thought I really must have been doing well because her girls branched off and gave me some alone time with her.
Oh, that is a good sign.
Yeah.
Because if your girls co-sign on it, then your foot's in the door, right?
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I've been out with my girlfriends when they've had a Tinder date meet up with them, and he did not turn out very good, so we did not leave her side.
Oh.
Yeah, because then you're like, you shall not pass.
Yeah. Well, you're just trying to help her out, man. But she was obviously into it if her girls left.
Exactly. So then we're hanging out, we're sort of kicking it and nuzzled up a little bit, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And so she said, oh, wait, you know what? I got to run to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. So I'm waiting, and she never comes back.
What?
Oh, the ultimate diss.
So she ditched you.
Oh.
Dude, but this is the weird part. Now it gets even weirder, right? Her girlfriends are still in the next room.
Wait, so she's not hanging out with her girlfriend? She's like gone.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. I said, okay, well, maybe she's in the next room with her girlfriends, and they got caught up talking about something or whatever, running. You know how girls do. So I go in there, and I'm like, hey, where's Nina? And they were like, we don't know. I said, what? Like, it's only 2 rooms here. It's where you are and where we were. She's not here, and she's not with you. You don't know where your friend is? They're really playing dumb. They're like, no, we don't know. Last we saw her, she was with you.
Oh.
So I'm thinking, okay, they're running some kind of game on me, but I don't even understand because it's not like I was some cheapskate. I bought them all drinks. If they're running game, they should have just kept pimping me for the drinks, right?
Right. Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't know.
Totally.
It's sometimes not worth it, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we're women. We make our own money. We can pay our own drinks. We don't need to hang out with you if you really suck that bad.
Okay, that's fine, but would you leave your girlfriend with a guy that you felt sucked really bad?
No.
Exactly, right?
Well,
So
I like how Jose answered. She was like, no, I would never leave my girls. Are you kidding me?
right,
I think that question was more for Brooke.
Sorry,
but would you
Brooke.
leave your girls with the guy that you thought sucked?
it is interesting. Did you text her? And
that's the thing, yeah. So I'm texting her. I called her. She's not picking up, and her girls are still playing dumb. Like, they don't know where she is. They can't get in contact with her either.
Okay.
What are you supposed to do at that point?
Can I ask you, did the group of girlfriends seem concerned that she was gone?
They didn't seem concerned, which was
then-
even weirder.
Then I
Like,
think they were lying to you. They knew where she was. Yeah, because if you don't know where someone is and they really just take off, then I would be worried. I'd be like, oh my God, what did she say
Unless-
to you? Why did she go?
Unless they're one of those friends who always takes off. Like, who always just gets drunk and wandered off. You're like, whatever.
That's just her.
I don't know what happened, man. I mean, I want to get to the bottom of it. I want to figure out what happened.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
interesting. And it sucks. You got ditched twice in one night, man.
Exactly. My friends, and, she got me.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, and then call her and get your second date update, okay?
Awesome.
All right, just go hang out over there. We're going to go to the bathroom real quick. We'll be right back. All right, we'll do it next.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you just tuned in to today's second date update, Sean is on the phone, and Sean is good at a lot of things. Well, I don't really know the other things, but I know Sean is good at getting ditched. That's pretty much what Sean is good at.
Oh, wow.
He got ditched by his friend, so he was looking for somebody to hang out with. Then he hopped on Tinder, and then he found a girl named Nina to hang out with. He showed up to the bar where she was at, hung out with her and her friends for a while, and then Nina kind of dipped out, and even the friends didn't know where she went. So he's wondering what happened to Nina because she hasn't called him back since he met her that night. All right, Sean, you ready to go?
Yeah, and for the record, your recap really did wonders for my self-esteem. I appreciate it.
Sean.
I was hoping it would help, Sean. We're here for you, though, okay?
Yeah, I can tell. Thanks.
Yeah, at least for like another 5 minutes or so, and then we're done.
Now, do you just want to find out where she went, or do you actually want to go out with this girl again?
I mean, I was very interested. I thought we had a little something going on. So, of course I want to know what happened and where she went, but I'd be interested in going out again if she could explain this.
Okay, but if she can't and she just said you suck and I left, then we shouldn't
That's
ask.
a different story. I'm glad that you found her, so at least I know she is alive.
Okay.
All right, cool. Well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now, see if we can get your second date update, okay?
All right.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Nina, please?
This is Nina.
Oh, good. You're safe. Nina, I've been worried about you.
Okay, who is this?
Oh, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. This is Brooke.
Hey, Nina.
And Jose is the guy that you just heard laugh.
Okay. Why am I talking to a bunch of people?
Because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them after, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and find out what happened. And you recently met up with one of our listeners, but now you're not talking to him.
Okay, this is weird.
Yes.
I know. I figured it would be. But his name is Sean.
Oh, right. Yeah, he seems like a really cool guy.
What?
Wait, hold on, Nina. Why are you being so nonchalant about this whole thing? Because he said that you ditched him.
I ditched him?
Yeah, that's what he says.
He said you went to the bathroom and, didn't come back, ditched him.
Oh my God. I guess I did. Oh God.
I'm so confused.
I can't believe I did that. That was so mean.
Yeah.
How are you not? I am so confused by you right now, Nina.
Me too.
Yeah, how did you
I know.
How'd you ditch him on accident? And then why haven't you responded to his phone calls or anything?
To be honest, when I went to the bathroom, I accidentally met up with my ex, and
Okay.
obviously we're no longer together, but we just have this chemistry, and whenever we see each other, we just hook up. We can't seem to keep our hands off each other, and I just,
When you went to the bathroom, you ran into your ex and went home with him?
Yeah, we just, but you know how it is when there's passion for someone. I honestly forgot about Sean, and I was just in the moment, and we took off, and I ended up spending the rest of the night with him. I'm really sorry. I feel terrible.
But how are you just now realizing that you ditched Sean in this whole thing?
I know. It was we just had so much fun that night. I guess I just completely forgot about Sean.
Okay. Why not call him back or text him back after he tried to get a hold of you?
I felt a little weird afterward, I didn't want to tell him. I didn't want to lie to him. I just kind of figured it was a quick situation and he would go away. So I just kind of left it at that.
I think that's pretty understandable.
Yeah.
What are you going to say?
The only problem is, Nina, he hasn't gone away because he's actually on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
Are you serious right now? Is this really real life?
Are you serious? You had him waiting on the phone to talk to me this whole time? What's wrong with you guys? Oh my
A lot.
God.
A lot
I'm
wrong
sorry,
with this.
but yeah, he was waiting this whole time to talk to you, and now I guess he knows the truth.
What kind of person does this? Like, you actually forgot that we were in the middle of a date? Like, how could you just forget that a human being even exists because you bump into some dude?
Oh my God, Sean! First of all, I was drunk, and we like. I literally had just met you. Like, what was it? Like 45 minutes. So
after
you're a
you
nice
sobered up,
guy, but
so after you sobered up, you saw my text, you saw that you missed calls. No, nothing in you. There was no remorse. No, oh man, that's pretty messed up. Nothing. No.
I mean, I feel bad about it, but I kind of figured it was such a quick hookup, and I thought I said goodbye to you before I left. So, I forgot. I was, like I said, I had a few drinks, so I wasn't thinking clearly.
We're on a first date, Nina. I mean, and you just go hook up with your ex-boyfriend. You don't sound like you're all that broken up about it. I mean,
I do feel bad about it, but come on, we met on Tinder, dude. I mean, it's not like you're going to propose to me or anything, so I didn't think it was a big deal. I mean, I guess maybe at some point I would have reached. I just really didn't put a lot of thought into it.
At some point? What, were you going to wait till I had a birthday? I mean,
no, I figured I would call you at some point, but, I was just wrapped up with my ex, and I wasn't really putting a lot of focus on it,
Nina.
Oh, my God.
I know. I feel so bad for you, Sean. Nina, that is really messed up that you just ditched somebody. He had a bad night to begin with. He had already been ditched by his friends.
Well, first of all, not everybody has an ex like my ex. Okay, this guy, well, I won't even get into that. And I mean, I do feel bad for Sean. I just never thought it was that deep, really.
You know what? Now I don't even feel as bad. I don't even feel as bad. Because you know what I did? So I wouldn't take a total loss for the night? I hooked up with one of her girlfriends.
No
way!
You did not tell us that before, Sean.
Wait a minute. What? You did what?
Oh, now it matters? Now it matters?
Wait a minute. Who was it? Who did you hook up with?
I mean, why does it matter? I'm just some guy you were going to call on his birthday. I mean,
no,
what difference does it make?
It doesn't even matter. I bet I know who it was anyway. It's she's a slut in the group. But now I'm just like, I'm really confused because if you did that, why are you going through all this trouble to contact me? Why don't you just go with her?
That's a good point.
Why are you contacting me?
I mean, I was a little more interested in you, but, I'm over that now, obviously.
Well, you're not. I mean, you're. It's sounding all confusing to me because if you're interested in me, why are you hooking up with one of my friends?
Oh, let me
Dude, that's not cool.
Let me use your drunk excuse. Oh, I was drunk. So, it just kind of happened.
Oh, no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
All right, well, on this note, Nina, I would like to ask you if you would like to go out with Sean again on a second date. We will pay for it.
That's a very generous offer, but I think I will respectfully decline.
Oh, my God. I wanted you guys to go out again to see who you'd actually end up going home with that night.
Well, maybe you can pay for him to go out with okay?
I mean, good. I mean, I don't want to go with you again anyway. I mean, honestly, your girlfriend was a little hotter than you, and then there was a couple other ones that I might be more interested in that was in that party anyway. So,
Okay, so now Sean's got all the girls.
This is why I shouldn't meet up with guys on Tinder. I am done with that whole situation. I mean, you have, completely turned me off. And, if I'm going to be meeting jerks like you, then, nah, not even worth it.
Whoa!
That's fine. Yeah, stick to guys that dump you in real life.
Oh, my God.
My gosh.
All right, well, thank you very much, you guys. And at least, hey, Sean, look at it this way. Now that you're kind of an ex of hers, you went on a date, next time you see her out with another dude, you might be able to hook up with her. It all works out.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
A text in at 78592 that says, can you give me Sean's number? I'd love to go out on a date with him and then run into my ex and sleep with my ex, too. Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, this dude Sean wanted to call a girl named Nina. They met while they were out at the bar. Actually, he got ditched by his friends, and then he found her on Tinder, and he met up with her, and then she ditched him as well. So he couldn't figure out what happened. We got her on the phone, and she actually sort of forgot about Sean when they were hanging out because she ran into her ex, and her ex apparently is one of those people that no matter what, you can't get enough of. So she left the bar with her ex and just forgot that she was hanging out with Sean and then didn't want to call him back. She's like, whatever, we hung out for a couple hours. I don't need to get back to him. And yeah, she told Sean that she ditched him that night so she could go have fun with her ex.
Oh, man.
I think everyone understands, like, that there's that one ex that you hook up with no matter what, but there's still, like, some sort of niceties that you have to do in ending another date before you make that happen.
Yeah, or at least say goodbye to the guy, you know?
Right.
Be like, hey, it was really cool meeting up with you, but my ex is awesome in the bedroom.
You can leave that information out.
I haven't tested you out yet, so you can
Yeah.
understand. I'm going to stick with the old reliable here on this one.
I would hate to date you.
She just didn't have any remorse, man.
No, she didn't care at all.
She was intense.
Well, apparently so was their lovemaking.
Yeah,
So
well.
that's why.
Text in 78592. Do you have a relationship like that with your ex? I'm curious how many people out there would actually ditch somebody on a first date to hook up with their ex. And if you want to do a second date update, remember, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. Young Jeffrey's Song of the Week coming up in just a few minutes at 8:10.
Now ADT can help protect your family at home and on the go. Get started with ADT's best offer, an ADT starter kit and security camera installed free. A savings of $449. Plus, you'll get ADT Go, the new family mobile safety app and service for 24/7 emergency response. Go to ADT.com/podcast today to take advantage of ADT's best offer with 36-month monitoring contract, easy pay and QSP. Early termination and activation fees apply. Additional charge for ADT Go premium services after 3/31/18. Certain markets excluded. Licenses available at ADT.com. Offer ends April 1st.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The guy on the phone for a second date update today says he's not the best conversationalist. That's what he put in his email, and I'm not a very good conversationalist either, so this could be a very long, drawn-out, awkward second date update. But we're going to do it either way. Curtis, how are you?
Hey, good, thanks.
What's going on, man?
Well, I'm calling for your help.
Yeah, well, I know that. I read your email. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the girl that you want to call today? Where'd you meet her?
We met online, which is the first time I've ever done this. Met someone online, and I don't normally date, so I was really nervous going in.
So you don't normally date at all?
I haven't dated in some time, so this is like kind of my way of getting back into it.
Wow.
Okay, so this is the first date you've been on in a long time. What's her name?
Her name is Hallie.
Hallie. Ooh, like Halle Berry.
Yeah, I mean, she's that gorgeous, yeah.
Really?
Nice. Wow.
Like,
All right.
even when you met her in person, she turned out just as pretty as her online profile.
That's what I was so nervous about, because I've heard horror stories from people about, disastrous meetups. So I was shocked. She looked better than her picture.
So you told us you haven't been on a date in a long time. You're not a very good conversationalist. Was your date with this girl awkward?
It wasn't awkward. I mean, the time we had together, which was somewhat brief, I thought it was really nice.
Brief?
Okay, why was it brief? What'd you guys do?
Well, we met at a bar, and then we went after to go see a movie, and about 5 minutes into the movie, she went to use the restroom, and that was the end of our date, essentially.
Oh, sweetheart.
Are you telling me that she ditched you?
Well, no, I mean, she got up to go to the restroom. I asked her if I could take her, and she said no. And she went up to the bathroom, and I waited for 5 to 10 minutes went by, like I'm still waiting. So after about 20 minutes, I went out into the hallway, and I asked one of the ushers if they had seen a beautiful young lady go into the restroom. And
okay, that could be creepy. First of all, did you explain to them that you were like out on a date with her?
No, I mean, no. It was I think she knew. She knew I was referring to my date.
Okay, you're not just standing outside the bathroom. Hey, have you seen any beautiful young ladies go in there?
Oh, you're so awkward. You're so cute.
No, I after I talked to the usher, I went and waited outside of the bathroom for her, thinking she'd come out. And as someone was going in, I asked her if she could check to see if Hallie was in there, and I described her. And when the girl came out, she said that no one was in the bathroom.
Oh, you poor thing.
So what'd you do then? You just stood out there? Did you call her right then? You just leave, or did you go back in the movie?
Well, the first thing that came to my mind was that she must have had a family emergency or something. I spent a little time with her, but she didn't come off as the type of person, So I'm thinking something could have been really wrong.
I think that may be a little naive.
Did she ever text you after and say, hey, sorry, I had to run, there was a family emergency?
No, I've reached out to her, but I haven't heard back.
Why do you even want to talk to her? I would be so pissed if I were you. You still sound fine with it.
She's gorgeous, Brooke.
I mean, I just can't picture her being the type to do something like that. Like, our time was brief, but, we had a really nice conversation when we were in the bar, and she seemed really genuine. And there wasn't, an awkwardness, really. So I don't know. I have a hard time believing it's that. So I'm worried that something could have happened to her.
Did you do anything while you guys were watching the movie, try to make a move on her that made her uncomfortable?
No, I mean, she left 5 minutes into the movie. So there was no time for that even.
Okay. It sounds to me like she ditched you. Was there anything weird that happened in the bar before you guys went to the movies?
No, I mean, the bar was great. I got there a little early to pregame just because I haven't been on a date in so long, and my nerves sometimes get to me, so I wanted to be really relaxed. And I was, and we had, a good time.
You weren't wasted or anything? You didn't go a little bit too far in the pregame?
No, I had 2 drinks before she came.
That's it.
That's not bad.
But there were shots at 151, and you were just... All right, so you said you've tried to reach out to her. Hey, look, I know that you think that she's a nice person and wouldn't ditch you, but if she had really had an emergency, I would think that she would have said something.
Yeah.
You said that you reached out to her. How many times have you tried to get a hold of her?
I haven't spoken to her in 10 days, but in those 10 days, I've called her 10 times. I called her every day.
Yikes.
Are you leaving a message every time you call?
Yeah, of course. I'm worried about her. I'm telling you, this it just seems so out of character. So I'm sure that something would have happened, and I wanted to, be of any assistance I could. I wanted to see her again too.
There's no way you could possibly know someone's character by having 1 drink at a bar and then spending 5 minutes in a movie theater with them.
I talked to her at least 3 days before we met online, so it wasn't like this was our first time talking. We had talked.
Oh, yeah. You're good then. You're perfect. What we're going to do is we'll play a song, we'll come back, we'll call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right, man. Hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, Curtis is on the phone with us. He wants to call a girl named Hallie today. They met online, went to a bar shortly before they went to a movie, and then 5 minutes into the movie, his date said she had to go to the bathroom, and then she disappeared, and he hasn't heard a word from her since. Curtis, you on the phone?
I'm here.
All right, man. We're about to call her. You know what I think happened? Okay, because you're saying maybe she had a family emergency or something and had to leave. I think that maybe you should have waited longer at the movie theater because maybe she went into another theater and was actually watching that movie, probably looking for you. Like, oh my God, he ditched me.
Do you really think that's what could have happened?
No, I don't think that's what happened. I think she ditched you, Curtis. But we're going to call her now and find out.
You guys don't know her, obviously. She's cool. She wouldn't do that.
Okay. Well, we're going to call her right now and find out exactly what happened, okay?
Curtis, I'm worried about you. Are you going to be able to handle some bad news?
He's too nice.
Yeah, I'm going to be fine. Okay. I'm telling you, you're not giving her enough credit.
If you think
All right,
so.
Curtis, I'm going to dial the phone number right now and see if we can get her on the phone, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Hallie, please?
Who is this?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I was looking for Hallie.
Why do you want to speak with her?
I just have a couple questions for her. Is this Hallie?
Why do you want to know?
I have something interesting to talk to Hallie about. Do you know Hallie?
Something interesting to talk about?
Yes. I'm calling from a morning radio show, and I recently received an email about a girl named Hallie, and this is the phone number that I have for her. So,
you received an email?
Yes. Do you know Hallie, first of all?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'm Hallie.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. I'm glad we could figure that out. Listen, I got an email about you from one of our listeners, and I wanted to steal just a few minutes of your time if you have a second.
Okay. Who is it from?
His name is Curtis.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
And Curtis emailed us because he said you guys went out on a date, and you sort of ditched out in the middle of it. Like you said, you guys went to the movies, and then you said you were going to the bathroom, and then just took off, and he hasn't been able to get a hold of you ever since. So he asked if we could maybe get you on the phone and find out why you left the date.
Well, I mean, sometimes things like that happen.
What?
I mean, when someone...
Not really. That doesn't happen a whole lot. Did you ditch him on your date?
It's a little more complicated than that.
I don't think it is. If you leave 5 minutes into a movie, that is ditching someone.
Okay, but you don't know the whole story.
Well, would you mind telling us the whole story?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of weird telling this to someone I've never met before.
I know. I can understand that. But imagine this. Imagine if you went on a date with somebody and then they just ditched you in the middle of the date. You'd probably be wondering what you did wrong, right?
No, not really.
Okay, well, a lot of people would be wondering. And Curtis has been racking his brain trying to figure out why you left the date. Can you give us any information to tell us if he screwed up or if he said something weird or if he acted weird, anything?
He definitely acted weird.
I mean, he's not used to dating. Just because you go out with somebody who's, maybe nervous doesn't mean you should ditch him.
I don't know if he was nervous. He just doesn't know how to act in social situations.
I'll tell you this, Hallie. We talked to him a little bit about your date, and he sounds like a nice guy. He just sounds a little bit awkward.
Yeah, he was very awkward.
Okay. Well, what did he do specifically that was awkward?
Where do I start?
Just at the beginning would be great.
So we were supposed to meet up in a bar and then go to a movie.
Uh-huh.
So I showed up, and right off the bat, it was clear that he'd probably had a couple drinks before I got there. So I saw him across the way, and then he saw me, and he shouts clear across the bar, "Hey!"
Well, he was probably excited to see you.
Yeah, big deal.
That's a little weird.
Okay, fine. Maybe you give him a pass on that. But then I sit down, and he took it upon himself to order me a drink.
Like he didn't ask what you wanted, he just ordered it for you?
No, it was like, what would milady like? And not even like, it's like, I know what milady would like, and orders me a drink. And he ordered himself another one, and when the drinks came to the table, he busted out like this Lord of the Rings Gollum impersonation, calling his drink "my precious," and like rasping it to his chest.
Had you guys bonded over Lord of the Rings before? He said you guys talked on.
Not at all. I mean, I guess he had mentioned he liked sci-fi, but this is really weird.
But come on, he's a little dorky. That doesn't give you a right to just ditch somebody.
Okay, well, that was dorky. But then from that, he started talking about space and how amazing space is and how he just loves it. And the idea of being weightless in space and being able to see the world from afar and floating there. And wouldn't it be amazing to have sex in space?
Oh, no!
Was that...
I agree with him. It probably would be pretty interesting to have sex in space.
I've never thought about it.
Well, that's
Yeah,
how it
I
works
do.
with no gravity.
That didn't interest you at all when he brought that up?
I had known the guy for like 20 minutes. It was weird.
What was your reaction when he asked about having sex in space?
I said, yeah, that sounds really cool. Great.
Awesome.
Poor
What do you
guy.
say to that?
Well, why didn't you just make an excuse why you had to leave then?
Well, I was thinking maybe it'll get better. I'll go to the movie with them. But then when we sat down, I realized that he had chosen a sci-fi movie, and
Of course.
God only knows what that would have brought up with them.
So you just decided to call it quits right then and there, huh?
I couldn't see myself sitting there for 2 hours while he geeked out over the sci-fi movie. I'm sure, I mean, he was nice enough. I'm sure there's someone out there for him, but it's not me.
And you don't feel like you should have responded to him at all, just to say, hey, sorry, I'm just...
No. I mean, I know it sounds bad, but no.
All right, well, you've actually kind of already told him, though, because he is on the other line listening to this conversation right now and wants to talk to you.
He's on the phone right now.
Yes, he is. Curtis?
Yeah, I'm here.
Say hi to Hallie.
Hi, Hallie.
Hi, Curtis.
So you didn't have anything going on with your family at all? I thought you had a family emergency or something.
No, everyone in my family is fine.
I just can't understand someone not responding when someone asks if your family's okay. That's just so strange to me. I don't know.
That's strange to you. Everything that
yeah.
night was strange to me.
Well, you could have fooled me. You seemed like you were having a great time.
Really?
You know, my friends all really like my Gollum impression, so I don't know what that's about. My precious. I mean, I think it's strong. It's not the best, but it's strong. I don't understand the hate on that.
I think it's funny, Curtis.
Oh my God, Allie, he's adorable.
Hello, my precious. I mean, how does she not find that endearing?
No idea, brother.
I really honestly don't know. I mean, Hallie, he's cute. He's funny.
It was bizarre. I mean, he was sitting in the middle of a bar, a crowded bar, and he's doing this impersonation. It wasn't just the voice. He, embodied the character. And he's crouching down and hovering over his drink.
He was just committed to his impression, Hallie.
I don't think I should have to defend my Lord of the Rings impression. I mean, I don't know where that's coming from.
I'm not asking you to defend it. I just don't have to be around for it.
So because I did a Gollum impression to try to be funny for you, you won't go out with me again?
Curtis, it wasn't just that. What was all the sex and space stuff?
Yeah, dude.
I find the universe very interesting, and it came up in our conversation. I don't know.
No, it didn't. That's the thing. It didn't.
Well, it takes two to have a conversation, so obviously it did. You don't think it's interesting at all, having sex in space?
I don't know what to say right now.
You know what, Hallie, though? I would love to ask if you'll go on a second date with Curtis. We will pay for it.
No.
Are you positive?
I'm positive.
Oh, man.
Positive.
I guess some girls just aren't into sci-fi and humor, but that's her loss.
Yeah, it is, Curtis. You know what, Curtis? You'll be all right. You'll find somebody who's more your speed, man.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not going to let this discourage me. I mean, there's a lot of fish in the seas.
Yeah, there is. And in the meantime, if you want to get together and talk about the sex and space thing, I'd be totally interested in having that conversation with you.
It sounds cool, right?
Yeah, it does. Really cool.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.